As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today I have my brother, Mr. Derek Green, Sepultura, as my co-host today. Thank you for being here, Derek.
What's up, yo?
Thank you for being here. I appreciate
Thank you for having me, my friend.
I love having you here. Your voice is incredible.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much so.
You got a voice for radio.
Mm-hmm.
And
I get it.
Yeah. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dillon Francis, for being here. Thank you for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Dillon. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man.
Nice
really
to meet
good.
you.
It's nice to have you here, man. How's life?
Life's good. Life's really good. As I was telling you a second ago, I quit coffee just like you did.
Boo.
Yeah, that's right. Talk. Let's fucking fight.
Let him talk. He's the guest. Let him talk.
All right, I'm sorry.
What made you quit coffee?
You did.
I did?
Yeah, you were the one that posted something, and it was about what I was dealing with, which was like high cortisol level. This is gonna get so like
let's fucking go.
But yeah, high cortisol levels, like inability to sleep, just racing thoughts. Also I was drinking 6 espressos a day.
There you go.
Shit, dude.
There you go.
And I had a machine, so I was doing it myself and making it was like the highest concentrate of caffeine you could have. And so I was like, dude, this sucks. And I'm like, I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I've been sober now for 2.5 years.
Awesome, man.
And
Excellent.
thank you. And that was my other vice.
Right.
So I was like, I want to get rid of this other vice. And then you were telling me about matcha, so I always liked matcha, and I switched to it. And now I drink one a day. And even with drinking one a day, if I even get an urge, I'm like, I want to go to sleep tonight. And I don't know. With it, I just make better decisions. I don't know if it's
You're focused. You're clear, right? Yeah. So what's affecting your sleep?
Oh yeah, big time.
Did you ever we like stress and anxiety too, probably, or no?
Yeah, that as well. And then I would have to go and drink an espresso before anything to
Level
my
out.
mind would think like, oh, you got to go do that so you can feel like a normal person.
Wow, just to level out.
Yeah.
That's what alcoholics do.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And you quit too for a while.
I did.
You had some weird things with like kind of like heart stuff you were stressing
Right.
about.
And
from
anxiety
Yeah.
from the
It
coffee
does.
and the
It definitely
caffeine.
doesn't help it.
But it was the amount
Yeah.
that I was drinking. It was like far more than most people.
Mm.
You know, it'd be like half a pot of coffee, you know, like just to get the start.
Are you sober as well?
I don't drink alcohol.
It's Cali sober.
Cali sober. Well, it's so funny because my old tour manager Mike Finn.
Shout out to Mike Finn.
Mike Finn. So he was sober for how long? Like 15 years or something like that. And now he's still sort of sober. He's doing stuff for. I don't want to blow up his spot.
Yeah, don't blow up his spot.
Anyways, let's just say he's still sober-ish.
Spot has been
But
blown.
he
okay.
was the same as me. Like he was drinking coffee like you.
Right.
Like a pot of coffee a day, and you'd be like, all right, well, this is just the normal thing for me because
it's not normal at
this
all.
is my vice.
And then you have to like hydrate too. Water is just as important as the coffee. It's
Absolutely.
more
It's
important.
a lot of hydrating. It was just way too much. There was no balance in it. And I realized other people were like, I'm having a cup of coffee a day in the morning. They're like, that's it. And I was like, I get it.
I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
One a day.
But it's super addictive, you know, like throughout the day it becomes like a mindset where it's like, just coffee to get through this.
Yep.
And one more
You actually think you
coffee.
really need it though.
Yeah, your body starts to think that, your mind and body, you know. And
Do you think you actually need it? You love the taste of it though. You told me
I
earlier
really
today.
love the taste of it.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
love the smell
So
of
why
it.
not decaf then?
Because I like the caffeine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you also drink yerba mate as well.
I do, but it's again once finding that balance is
Yeah.
what I needed to do because I didn't have that balance at all. It was like a free for all. It was like, right before going to sleep, I'll have a little espresso. I mean, in different cultures, you
That's
know, it's
crazy.
like in Brazil.
Plus
you
you're
know,
always
you'd have-
touring.
after dinner, like late at night. You're like, I'll have an espresso.
Why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Maybe
then
just
so
one more
that-
poop today.
Yeah,
But it was
exactly.
like,
That's another thing.
yeah, and it's also extremely tasty there. So it's
Oh,
not like
so
I'm
good.
having a Starbucks espresso, which is, you know, just,
Yeah.
very different. But that
Oh, yeah.
balance, you know, like I limit myself, so it's not that crazy anxiety that I was getting before.
And you're more of a mellow person. I don't know how.
I am.
I can see you have good energy. Like I don't really need the caffeine to be.
You do not need that at all. That's the last thing that you need is caffeine. I've seen
But
you
I
on
wanted
coffee.
to be an
It's
adult and hang
terrifying.
out with my band when they go on these coffee missions in
Terrifying.
Europe and they walk 10 miles to a local cafe
not
in
for
Belgium.
you, my friend. That's
I
not
know.
for you.
It's like a whole process. It's the whole process of it.
No.
Oh, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
I was doing that in Europe too.
decaf.
Yeah, the best coffee in this
Yep.
each town or village or
Decaf
something.
for you, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I still
That's
probably get
okay.
dehydrated and get shittery and jittery
yeah.
probably from it too.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
not the greatest thing, like, you know, but
It's a diuretic,
I,
right?
I
It's a
honestly
diuretic.
don't need it every day, you know, anymore.
Were you crashing pretty hard from it too?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And now I wake up feeling better.
yeah.
Like the grogginess goes away faster instead of me being like, oh man, I need to go get a coffee to go and like feel normal again.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Also, like
okay, cool.
stomach issues, you know, a lot of
Yeah.
people,
Me
that's
too.
another big thing. So
It really messed my stomach up,
yeah,
man. It really did.
I can
Like
imagine.
quitting coffee and then quitting gluten for me changed everything for my stomach and my digestion.
Oh,
For
nice.
me personally, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
My whole life I had stomach issues, and added coffee to it was worse.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I know.
But I know it's a whole coffee culture, subculture. It's like a real thing, man.
Oh,
I
I
like
love
teas, though. I'm really into teas.
Teas are good.
You
Same
know,
here.
They're very delicious.
There's
Yerba
a-
mate.
I have this one company, Lot 35.
Okay.
Best
shout
jasmine tea ever. That's not paid or anything. That is just the best tea I've ever
Jasmine
had in my
tea.
life.
out. Jasmine
Best
tea.
jasmine and mint tea I've ever had.
Best in the
So
world.
where to God.
Okay.
There's this place called Odd One Out over on Sawtell.
Yeah.
It's the only better tea I've had, and they have a machine that's like an espresso machine, and they pump your tea like it's going through an espresso maker.
Oh, that's cool.
and they do it
Sounds
like
fancy.
it's. I swear to God, go get it. It is the best tea I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Better than Lipton.
He's passionate about
Better
it.
than Lipton. Definitely.
But for you, you have such a crazy lifestyle of being up so late.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you kind of needed the I feel like I understand
That's
the caffeine.
true.
I drink tea while I'm so in Vegas. My set time is usually 1 to 3 a.m. and I drink tea the whole time I'm playing.
Vegas tea culture. Are they
Yeah.
like? Are you sure?
Yo, I'm the weirdest DJ ever when they come in. I'm the only
don't
person
party?
that's not drinking and asking for tea and honey.
I love that though. So there's no other really sober DJs?
There's some.
Yeah.
Um,
What made you go sober? Were you going crazy for a while?
I mean, I just was. It was me and my girlfriend. We drank on New Year's, and we both were like, we just got tired. We didn't even get drunk.
It's exhausting.
We didn't, and we got a hangover from it, and we feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like what?
Where are
There's
the
the risk
benefits?
reward is not there. So we were
Yeah.
like, so I was like, yo, fuck this. I was going on tour as well, bus tour, and usually on a bus tour, I bring my friend Connor Murphy, he's a CrossFit trainer. He used to be in the Marines. He's the
Nice.
best.
Okay.
And so, and I always go sober for the tour, and I did it one before that, and it was like the best decision I've ever made, where I actually lost weight on tour.
Nice.
So this tour, I was like, all right, well, I'm going sober on the tour already. This just makes sense. So then after the tour was over, also when I was performing live, like if I ever drank, I kind of felt like I got pushed back to square one of like the anxiety and
Yeah.
being comfortable with playing live. And as I kept doing it sober, I kept feeling more comfortable in my own skin. So I was just like, you know what? I don't want to put myself back at square one and have to
Yeah.
keep like leaning on this crutch of drinking before a show. So I just kept doing it. And then now here I am, 2.5 years later, where I'm like, damn, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, so it must be such a different world, like DJing sober.
Oh, it's the best. Also in Vegas, you just like
The people, yeah.
I love Vegas, but it makes me be like, man, now I know why I don't drink, because like the amount of questions you get asked 5 times in a row and they forget that they asked that. Like I was that dude.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing myself in these people as I used to be, but I never noticed it because you're inebriated. You don't even remember that you asked that question.
Yeah.
So true.
So I'm like, yo, I love that I don't ask questions 5 times anymore, and that I'm like coherent, and I'm not, I don't know, being like a dumb person.
Is it pretty hard? Is it hard to fuck up a set when you're drunk DJing?
Oh, I love the drunk DJing. So
Okay.
no, it's
That's
actually,
something else, right?
I think it's like a full vibe that you can get from like messing up.
Okay.
I think there's like humanity put in it too, since it's
Yeah.
like so sterile with the CDJs.
So you have so most first half of your career you're partying pretty much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a whole new chapter for you now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
I want to hear about like the fact that how many people you are in your crew.
So,
Just him and his USB.
yeah.
I know. I was gonna say like you got a bus that must be banging.
Well,
It's just
yes,
like you
so-
and my girl.
No.
That's it.
It's true.
It's like my girl and I. That's it.
For bus tour, it's actually Nate, who's a friend from Zabulba. He's
Shout out to
been
Nate.
he's been
He's
yeah.
your boy.
My
That just
boy.
come- okay,
You met
so-
Nate a bunch of times. That's West Booking. He books all the shows out here.
Oh, word,
I'm in the Pico
okay.
spot in the back.
That's right.
He's,
That's right.
he is
Okay.
the
best.
best dude. I've been working with him for I
So he
think
just hangs with you. He comes. Okay.
yeah, him, my friend, my tour manager Ollie,
Tour manager. Okay.
and he used to do a bunch of bands on Warped
Tour
Tour.
manager, I can understand.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
VJ for video,
Okay.
LD
Oh, yeah.
for lights.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's of course.
And then for that one we brought on Connor, who was training all of us.
That's
Um,
trainer. Okay.
And then
4.
who else?
Your girl.
No, she stayed home.
Okay.
She like flew out for a couple
Okay,
shows.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So no. Okay. This
And
is
then
like-
support act.
support that goes on your bus.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't
I'm
know.
not trying to pay extra.
No, this is new to me. I mean,
And
This ain't separate. This is different than.
I'm asking.
But it's different than rock and roll music. It's
That's
different.
why I'm asking.
Yeah, I
you
know.
And then we had Anthony as well.
Shout out to Anthony
who
Moore.
was doing basically like assistant tour managing stuff. So
Okay.
a lot of stuff with
Assistant.
food and
Oh yeah. Okay.
and making sure the venue was up to snuff and with all the signs up and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then
It's like 5.
yeah, I think it's 5 or 6.
Still pretty
That's-
low key. Yeah,
It's,
That's
it's
awesome.
thin.
Yeah.
It's pretty thin. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the benefit of
I like
being
that.
a DJ. Like, because
Yeah.
when there's one-off shows, if we don't need an LD or a VJ, it's just me and my tour manager, and that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
That's crazy, man.
That's
So
crazy.
very lean.
you were just at Stagecoach,
yeah,
and so what kind of music you playing there? Because isn't it all country?
but that's okay. So playing these shows, I think a lot of people are like, man, I wonder how weird that is because it's a country music festival.
Yeah.
But I remember, or one of these festivals I played. What was the Metallica one in Detroit?
Oh yes.
I forgot what
the other day.
Orion.
Orion.
Ryan, we talked about that venue the other day. Yeah.
Dude, I played Orion Festival. This was like in the beginning of my career, and I was like, man, this is gonna suck for me, but man, I'm really excited to go see Metallica live.
So cool.
So that was kind of like the give and take. All right, I'm gonna play a shitty show so I can go see Metallica.
Watch Metallica, yeah.
and I'll get paid, so that's cool. So then play the show, and it was incredible because we were the only EDM acts on that stage, and so a bunch of people that I guess didn't want to see whatever the acts were or just even wanted to check out the stage ended up going there and having like the best time ever. So I think
cool.
that when you're the outlier of a festival, I think it's actually very beneficial because
Absolutely.
there are a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I love dance music. I'm going to go and watch that for a sec and then I'm going to go back and like
they're not into one sort of genre of
just
music.
do your thing, and if you do it well, then I think they're going to appreciate it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Coachella was this one was good. Stagecoach was awesome.
Oh yeah, Stagecoach was awesome. The main stuff that we play is like you can kind of get away with everything now.
Yeah.
Like last time I played, I threw in almost too much country edits.
Yeah.
This time we went a little bit less heavy on that, and then like even threw in like we played Panic at the Disco.
Nice.
Honestly, it's like just anything that's sing along for a quick second and then dance music, and they love it.
I saw like Diplo had a tent there or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been doing that for like 4 or 5 years now.
You done Coachella before too as well?
Yeah.
Are those two different worlds?
Yeah, completely different worlds.
Yeah.
That one is like that one has always been the festival where you really just see everybody there.
Yeah. I went there for the first time a couple weeks ago. It was crazy. Maybe because I'm 50, maybe because I'm 54, maybe because I went there just for the day to go see No Doubt. I went and saw No Doubt and Tyler and left. It was just a crazy mission. I was there for like 14 hours.
Oh my God.
I mean, it's a lot to go through.
Bro.
It's packed. It's
just the walking and getting through different spots, and we have to go with your wristband, just all that shit, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic going to Stagecoach this time around. There was like 17 wristbands that you had to have.
Jesus
wow.
And I only had one.
Horrible.
So
I saw you rocking some cowboy boots out there.
they were bad.
Wow.
It was a bad idea. Apparently there's a difference between dancing boots and regular work boots.
Okay.
Work boots are square-toed and dancing boots are pointed, and I had pointed ones, and those are harder to break in. Working boots are really comfortable.
Interesting.
The more you know.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely.
My feet were messed up.
There were?
Oh, yeah.
I can only
We there
imagine.
for like a couple all weekend or just one night?
All weekend.
Jesus,
Wow,
with
man.
cowboy boots.
Yeah, with cowboy boots.
Was that mandatory or is this
No.
like
No.
your preference?
There's a dress code.
I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to walk in with Asics, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here, man."
Boy, where do you think you're going? You're not coming in here with them damn boots. Them shoes.
Did you ever play music before, instruments and stuff too? Before DJing?
I played. I was like the jack of all trades, master of none. Like I could dabble on a bass, I could dabble on a guitar, I could dabble on a saxophone.
Nice.
I could play entertainer on the piano.
Okay.
The computer was the real thing that like I was like, oh my God, I get it. I understand how to use a piano roll in a MIDI clip and to make chords that way. Like that, it all just clicked. My brother actually is like a way better musician than I am. He can play the sitar and he can play the guitar like Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Yeah. Well, he loved Jimi Hendrix.
I see.
Damn.
And he was
That's
super hippie. He would stay in the back house and just like rip on the sitar all day, trying to be like Grateful Dead /
Is he older than
Fish. Yeah, he's older than me.
So you were born and raised out here in LA?
Born and raised.
Hey,
Wow.
what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, not many people in the pod have been born and raised in LA,
That's
man.
true.
No.
We'll go through the list.
No, I can't remember any right now. I was thinking.
Will I am.
Okay. Compton. Compton.
Compton.
I was over in Culver City.
Rob Trujillo just 2 days ago was here
Robert.
from Metallica.
See?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's from my head. That's right.
Roberto. And
Venice.
no, there's I can't think of them all.
But
of them
that's
on
pretty
the top
much-
of my head. Yeah, there's not many. It's like a handful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Oh, Caballero. Caballero and Nasoy.
Caballero Hosoi and also
Yeah.
Adrian.
No doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Tony Canal too.
Tony. Yeah.
That's right.
So it's actually a lot.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Not so special anymore. Dylan.
No.
Oh,
I didn't
you're
even.
special.
I didn't even feel that special. I
you-
had no
are you-
choice.
Come
Are
on.
you- Are you Croatian?
I'm Croatian and
Yo,
Serbian.
Yeah,
let's
that's
go.
dope. Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, Croatia's got ill shows, bro.
They got ill shows.
Great
and-
hardcore shows out there, man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
dude.
I've only been there one time. I've
I
been
was
to
just
Huar.
gonna ask.
The
you.
hardcore scene is really awesome out there.
Ljubljana, right?
Damn, I gotta
No,
go.
what's the capital is?
I actually don't know because everything
I was
keeps like
thinking
seceding.
Slovenia's-
And Serbian too, right?
Yeah, everything keeps
Oh, you're
seceding.
Croatian and Serbian.
Yeah,
That's
Mix.
a cool mix.
Yeah, they're on the.
I mean they both hate each other,
Yeah, they're like bordering neighbors.
and they all just keep seceding from each other.
God,
Like
it's
Montenegro wants to. I think they already did secede
They did.
and became
Damn.
their own.
He's got crazy knowledge on all that history stuff,
Yeah.
especially
Really?
in
I'm a
Europe.
big flag guy.
Oh, nice.
I am what's it called?
Croatian
A
flag is kind of
vexillology.
isn't Croatian flag just basically like the flipped French flag?
Kind of yes, but there also a shield in the middle that's like
Yes.
checkerboard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With also symbols on top of the crown.
So how's that rating in your flags? You like?
I like it. It's a
Okay.
pretty impressive
What do-
flag.
Okay.
I mean, you have like, part of former Yugoslavia, and then it
Yep.
branched off.
My
but-
mom was from former Yugoslavia. She
Oh
moved
wow.
when the war was happening.
Right.
She was I think 13, and they moved to Kenosha, Wisconsin,
of all
So
places.
of all
random.
places, which I
Right.
guess had a big Yugoslavian population.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, that makes sense. In the Midwest, there was a big Yugoslavian population. In Cleveland, there were.
Yeah.
Like I have many friends who are first generation.
I wonder why there. I
Still
wonder in the
speaking.
Midwest. I wonder.
There's a lot of work for, especially when you're getting around the border, like lake and stuff like that with shipping and
Yep.
things like that. And so, and also like there's meatpacking district and things like that in Chicago. A lot of people
Yeah, it's
from
true.
Polish immigrants. And
Yeah.
Pretty
Eastern
smart,
Europe.
Derek.
No, I mean
this guy.
It's just history stuff.
But you
But-
grew up pretty sheltered too, like no swearing in the house and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I had to like watch Sesame Street for an hour before I could watch any real
Of course
TV.
you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I had to watch it too, but I wasn't made to watch it. Wow.
Made. Like we had to,
Mandatory.
and then I'd be like,
I love
I remember
Sesame.
sometimes I'd be like, no, fuck that, I don't want to watch it.
Wow.
Fuck
It's
Big
like,
Bird.
Watch your mouth.
I hated Big Bird.
So so he had to watch that before he watched anything else.
Anything else?
You could watch anything.
If we
else
did
after
not
that.
watch an hour of it, we could not watch TV the whole day.
And what would you watch after that?
Cartoons.
Yeah, cartoon. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Spider-Man,
Yeah.
X-Men.
X-Men. Go ahead. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your parents are pretty strict.
Very strict. I remember one time I was up in Telluride on vacation. We did like a big family vacation, and there was cow poop on the ground, and I was like, Dad, can I say crap? And he was like, yeah, one time. That's it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Were they religious?
Yeah, they're religious.
My dad's super. So he went to or still goes to Self-Realization Fellowship. So very spiritual.
Right.
It's like
That's a doctor.
it's a mix of every religion. It's like Buddhism, Judaism, and Christianity, kind of all in one. And everyone
cool.
Okay.
is everyone has God in them or something. I forgot the thing about it.
Your dad better not be listening.
I know he's gonna be pissed. He's like, come
Well,
on,
your dad's
Dillon.
like a legit amazing doctor.
Yeah. He does acupuncture and all like herbal medicines and like
Zagreb.
what
I'm sorry, that was the capital of Cool.
Zagreb. Yeah.
Are you Tourette's?
I'm sorry.
Are
It
you-
was like I was just like,
Are
God
you,
damn it.
are you Touretting right now on the podcast?
That was
Just
just
throwing
like,
shit out.
It was like in my
I was like,
mind,
what
I
herb is he
couldn't get
talking
over
about?
it.
Let me
I was
see.
just like- I was like, no, Ljubljana, Zagreb. It was as we were going. Okay, I'm sorry.
So did you go to regular doctors growing up?
No, like only when we had to.
Yeah,
But yeah, usually it was like we did a lot of homeopathic stuff.
that's cool.
For anything for colds, like there's this formula called Yin Chow, which is I guess translates to first symptom. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Your dad's gonna get mad. You know that.
Translates to NyQuil.
But yeah, exactly.
Tussin.
That's the Tussin.
Let me get some Tussin.
Oh my God, I used to be addicted to the Tussin.
Oh, my
Really?
God, it's addictive, man.
You found some Tussin like at a store that
Tussin's
wasn't
all
like
for
all
everything.
There was
natural.
There was one time that I was so addicted to it, my parents came into the room and checked my arms for track marks because I was so messed up.
How old were you?
Tussin
I
would
was
do
like
that.
17 and I was just drinking a full bottle.
You're like, fuck this alternative medicine. I want some
Right.
Tussin.
Tussin is doing the trick.
How'd you get a hold of Tussin? There was no Tussin.
Dude, there's triple C's.
Wow.
I was going and like stealing triple C's from CVS.
Oh,
Wow.
this is how you rebelled.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh
okay.
yeah. From
Okay.
from 16 to like 21, I was a pretty fucked up kid.
Wild kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Oh,
partying
yeah.
and stuff.
Partying and the reason I did so much Robitussin was because I was taking Accutane,
Right.
which
Okay.
I was like, oh, I can't drink, but I didn't realize this is probably a stupid thing for me to do. Is like Accutane's already horrible on your liver.
Right.
Okay.
Triple C's are horrible on your liver and your brain as well. So
Wow.
I was thinking that I was like, oh yeah, I can't drink on Accutane, but I can take triple C's and I'll be fine. which yeah,
That's crazy.
thank God my liver didn't fail me.
So this is how you rebelled against your parents, is doing like
I would get home and I would take triple C's and try to finish my homework before it kicked in.
Wow.
Were you passing school on this stuff?
I was like a C+ kid.
Your parents pretty
I'm
strict on grades and stuff, or no?
They tried.
Yeah,
School is not for me.
same.
I was so much more of like a I loved doing interns. Internship was the best thing ever.
Okay.
Nice.
I remember I went to SMC for a semester and I was like, Dad, I'm out. I can't do this. This sucks.
You're more
I
hands-on.
hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna go and work with a bunch of people.
I mean, the whole school situation of sitting in a classroom like that with a bunch of young kids, it's just a horrible concept of teaching kids, you know? It's like everyone's mind is wandering, that energy.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
I need to see it be done and I can do it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I can't imagine being a kid now with phones and all that stuff, dude.
Oh, you're so
attention spans are wrapped.
horrible.
It's rad for
Horrible.
sure.
Yo, bring on the AI.
Yeah.
Take me out.
Yeah.
Take me out.
Oh.
Neuralink my whole body up.
Right.
Were you playing sports in school too, or
Give
no?
me the chip.
Sports guy or no?
So, I tried. I was always super lanky and
Yeah.
oh man. Oh, I got a good story.
Tell
I got a
us.
really good story. This is the most embarrassing thing ever. So, do you remember the East Bay magazine?
Maybe.
Okay, so East Bay magazine had all the basketball shoes you could ever want.
Oh yeah. I'm not a sports guy, but I remember somebody had that in school.
Okay.
So they would
yeah.
they would send it out to all the houses, and you would look
Okay.
through, and you'd be like, "Oh my God, Mom, I want these shoes. They're so cool. Can we order it from this magazine?" No. Finally, I convinced my mom. Oh my God, I want these And One shoes. They were like slip on.
Oh, and one.
And one.
That was the shit.
That was the shit during that time. So
Yeah.
got the basketball shoes. I went to go play basketball. I hit a 3, and I'm like, "Yo, And One." And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean what I mean? And one, dude. That's what you say." Because I got the shoes on. Every motherfucker on the basketball court just limped over laughing at me because I didn't get fouled. And I didn't know that. I just called and one for no reason. And I
That's
walked
amazing.
off. Like, if I was a dog, my tail was between my legs. I walked off. I've never been sadder, and I never played basketball again.
No
Yeah.
way.
man.
Dude, I got
Did you stop wearing the N1?
destroyed on that court from saying that.
Wow.
I stopped saying and one forever.
Oh, man.
And that was it for your basketball
That was it
career.
for my and then I played flag football, and there was this one time I remember this dude was blocking this other runner, and he was so big, and I was like trying to pull his flag, and this guy just fucking checked me so hard I did a backflip.
Damn.
And after that, I was
Holy
like, "Yo,
shit.
this is not for me."
Yeah.
I played
Damn.
baseball for a bit too, and that was way better. But then I got hit by the pitch, and that
Ooh.
sucked. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Nah."
Wow, man. What about skateboarding?
I used to skate, but I was so bad that I turned into a photographer.
Okay. All right.
Taking pictures of your friends skating instead.
It's honest.
So I was
Honest
like,
professional.
I'll be that guy because
Yeah.
I can't do anything else.
Is
Yeah.
your photographer?
I was good for a bit.
Yeah.
I don't think so anymore. I don't know if I have the eye for it really that much anymore. I wanted to so when I was going to school for high school, I wanted to be Ansel Adams. Like, I wanted to go and be in the dark room, like
That's cool.
doing silver prints and everything. But then at my school, which had a photography program, they dismantled the whole program because digital photography came out
Okay.
right as that.
Boo.
I
Killed it
know.
all.
So the head of the art department was like, "Oh no, we're switching to full digital." So that's it.
That's crazy.
Dang.
They were just like, oh, that's it.
For the and
done.
the whole reason I
Why
wanted to
couldn't
do
they
it.
have both?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. It
That
was
is
weird
weird.
because it was also just like it was the beginning. It wasn't really like digital had fully taken.
Right.
So that kind of deterred me from getting more into photography.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a shame.
but then that's why I got into DJing.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
what kind
actually
of
is a
what
shame.
kind of music were you listening to as a kid growing up?
Everything. I like. I mean, I really did like everything. One of my best friends, Dean, he was one that really showed me a lot of music that I ended up falling in love with, like the Blood Brothers, Dillinger's Escape Plan.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-Flag. We listened to that. Rancid. And then like Moving Units. That was like all the indie pop punk stuff. I'm a Robot. Not pop punk, but I think it's more indie pop.
Yeah.
But I was listening to that for a bit, and then my friend Eamon, this one time we were driving in his car, and he put on this remix of Metallica, Seek and Destroy, by Bloody Beetroots, and it was like, I loved going to shows
Bloody
and
Beetroots
getting
is
in
a
the pit.
DJ or something or no? What is
They're these
Okay.
DJs from Italy,
Okay.
and I loved like any hardcore show that I would go to, or like any weird. Like I tried to go to X Model show. Do you remember that band?
X Supermodels?
No, just called X Models. They were like, dude, I'll play it for you after. It's like really experimental, like industrial metal core.
I'll play one after
I don't even know.
Danny Boy from House of Pain had a band called X Supermodels, which is kind of like dancey too. I'll play for you too. It's interesting.
Oh, this is not dancey at all.
Okay.
This is like full on. I don't think you can. I think it's like you throw your arms a couple seconds and then like
that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, so he played it, and it was the angst that I wanted to push even higher for like shows. So I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, it's this band or this group, Bloody Beetroots. They made a remix of this. Oh, here, let me play you this other group, Crookers. And then he started playing me more and more of this dance music, and I was like, this is incredible. I love everything you're playing me.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of how I really got into all that music later on in my life.
Are you out of high school at that point?
I think I was just getting out of high school at that point.
What year did you graduate?
What year did I?
He's going to make us look really old right now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No, he's going to be like 2001?
04? I think I'm... No, wait, am I 06 or I don't know, 04?
Oh, my God.
He's young.
I'm 36.
Great. Wow.
Damn.
That's pretty sick, though.
That is sick.
I don't know when I graduated. I forgot.
All right. 36.
Wow. So I'm just trying to think of if I knew any electronic style like dance music.
All I knew was Moby back then. That's all I know.
Do you remember The Faint?
Who?
The Faint?
I know that name, The Faint. Yeah,
The Faint were pretty big too.
I don't think I mean I worked at a club that was playing dance music, but it was like way earlier. So it was just like what's it called? D-Light.
Yeah, my wife worked at the Limelight in New York in the Palladium.
Oh, really?
Back in the day, so there was all kinds that was all happening back then. D-Light, Party Monster movie was made around.
Yeah.
My wife worked here at the same time that all went down.
All that Crystal Waters.
He worked at Fat Farm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we were like in the streets of New York, like in all hip hop, everything, all the same time.
Yeah.
D-Light was huge in New York.
D-Light was huge.
Would that be considered
Crystal Waters? I don't even know.
Crystal Waters.
Crystal Waters sounds familiar.
It was like house music was
She's
really
homeless.
big. It came out of
She's homeless.
Oh, okay, yeah. Of course.
We're trying to act like we know this dance music.
But that was what's happened. I was like, oh shit, okay. And things were like industrial.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I was like, okay, this technology is changing, so it started becoming heavier. I was like, this industrial stuff is kind of cool.
Revolting Cocks.
It's
Ministry.
Ministry was kind of light at first, and then they went heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was some back then?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's crazy heavy.
Yeah.
Like dubstep almost sounds like metal music now.
Yeah.
Oh, dubstep does.
Yeah. Like the amount of sound design that goes into it, and there's certain chugs in it that sound like metal breakdowns. And there's some dudes that are even like, they're doing that.
I've seen this.
So all the genres are kind of meshing now together, right? All the styles.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Damn, it's crazy because Skrillex was like in a band called From First to Last on Epitaph Records. I remember seeing them on the Warped Tour. Like it was a kind of emo, kind of pop punkish band, and then all of a sudden I saw him at Skrillex. I was holy shit! Like I know that little kid from the Warped Tour.
Yeah,
just totally reinvented himself, man.
Yeah,
that was insane.
It's amazing.
So what did you major when you went to college? What were your goals at that time, graduating?
No, so when I went to SMC, I didn't. I was just like, all right, I'm going to go and get my general ed stuff done, and then I'm going to try to transfer to UCLA or USC.
Okay.
And I was more so wanting to go to UCLA because they had an In-N-Out by it.
Everything's based around eating, man. It's so crazy. That was your goals?
But yeah. So it was that, and then when my friend Eamon started playing me a bunch of that music, I got really into that. And then my friend Eric Hamilton, who actually was the main dude that helped me start to learn how to DJ, he was super into scratching, which I was as well. I was like, I had such a weird come up with music because like at a certain time when MySpace was around, I was very much into like a lot of the Philadelphia like guys that were doing records that were just cutting on top of them.
Okay.
And so I'd seen this through that. I'd seen A-Track and him winning the DMC, and I saw an interview where he was like, oh yeah, I stayed in my basement for a year just perfecting my craft, and they say if you put in 10,000 hours you become a master at your craft. So I remember I just like hyper focused on that, and I was like, I asked my friend Corey, who was actually a really good music producer at the time, and he was working with Dallas Austin in Atlanta. And I was like, look, I'll do anything to come and learn music from you. And he's like, yo, if you can buy a ticket to Atlanta and Ableton, you can come and stay on my kitchen floor and I'll teach you how to make music. And so I did it. I had $500 to my name. I bought a ticket to Atlanta, which I think was like $180 maybe. Maybe less than that, actually.
Yeah.
And it was a one-way ticket, and I told my parents, and they were like, all right. And I was like, look,
They were supportive?
like, here's my idea. Like, European kids take a year off to go and figure themselves out.
Yeah.
I think I need to do this. They were like, look, if you want to do that, go do it. But if you want us to bring you back home, we're not going to do it. They did. They brought me back home.
Okay.
It was like I spent 3 months out there, and I learned how to make music from him. And then I came back, and I was like, look, can I stay in the back house for the next part of this year and just work on music every day and see if anything happens? And if it doesn't after a year, I'll go back to SMC. I'll do all my general ed stuff, and I'll go to UCLA or USC, whatever it is.
Deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was like, perfect. You know what? I'm down. You have to pay me $500 in rent, but it's going to go into a savings. So when you do move out, you'll be able to put a down payment on whatever you're going to go rent or whatnot.
That's what we're doing for my son right now. He's paying $250 a month.
Hell
That's
yeah!
the exact thing we're doing for my son. He keeps saying, I have to pay rent with you guys.
Yeah, he does.
It's all on account. When he moves out, it all goes back to him. That's so cool.
It's amazing.
It's so cool.
That was the best thing that my dad did for me, because it just showed me to be able to just really understand how important money is.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
sure.
really don't understand it when you're living at your parents' house.
No.
It's such a hard concept, because you're like, well, the main thing that you have money for when you live at your parents' house is food and beer.
And gas.
That's the only thing that I cared about.
Yeah.
And
100%.
once you go out, then you're like, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, I got to get laundry detergent. I got to make sure I'm washing my own clothes. I have to make time to wash my own clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I got to fold them. I got to make sure I got my fridge packed up so I can.
That.
Anyways,
It's so
all that
it's so
stuff
true though.
It's so very true. I remember in my high school, it was insane. There was a class you could take to learn this, and I was like, I'm going to take it.
Adulting?
Yes.
I want to do that.
But there was but it was deemed as like a class where people are like, you're not going to college, so you might as well do this because you guys are going to be in the workforce. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it because I want to learn. Like, if you have a job, how much you pay, like you can afford for rent. Like what type of place you look for with this type of salary.
That's fucking amazing.
Bank
Reality
accounts,
class.
all those things like budgeting costs, and I did that, and it really helped a lot.
That's insane.
But
That's
even
not
though
just
I got made fun of, people are like,
dude. Now we can make fun of them.
Yeah.
Pretty
Bitches.
much. I mean, I'm not
Look at
making
you
fun
now,
of
man.
That class sounds amazing. I wish I took
it was
that.
amazing, but people were just definitely just like, oh
And look
my
at you
God,
now. You never got a
job.
job. It's been in a band for 20 years.
Well, I did have a job. I worked across from you, and I was like,
That's
damn,
true.
look at me. I'm in a goddamn clothing store.
But that's great. That's cool. They should.
No,
have
it was
I feel like
very
kids
cool.
really should have
This
that
should be
now.
like a mandatory class. Where it's
Should
just
be.
like,
Adulting class. Dude.
Adulting class. Like this is, your
Reality.
checkbook, like balancing a checkbook.
Yeah.
All, checks back then, and
Still though.
I still
Yeah.
write them
yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
every now and then.
Damn.
You know, some people don't take Zelle or
So,
or Venmo.
or even cash, bro. It's crazy.
I know. It's like
Cash is I barely have cash.
So now you're in the back house for the
Yeah.
rest of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to prove to them you can make your music.
Sat there making the worst fucking music ever. I remember my mom coming out and being like, "Shut the fuck up!
No
Shut
way.
the fuck up! I'm trying to fucking sleep."
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh my, I'm so sorry." She's trying to take a nap, and so I just sat there making the shittiest music ever. And
What was your inspirations? Like, what were you listening to
Yeah.
at that time?
at that time, I was really into this guy Rusko, who was making dubstep, and just the sound design of his stuff was so cool. So I was really trying to do that. There was Flux Pavilion that came out, and he was making more like melodic dubstep stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. P, all these guys from the UK, really, and then I was very much on SoundCloud a lot at
Okay.
that time,
That's
and
a big
this
deal.
this was
back then.
before Spotify or anything. You were still selling music on iTunes. I think like most record stores had closed at this point, and through being on SoundCloud, I did this remix for this guy Steve Starks, and this guy Moochie hit me up, who's from Rotterdam, and he's like, "Yo, man, I did this remix for Steve, and it didn't get to come out, but yo, check it out, and like we should talk or hang sometime." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." So I checked out his song, and it was this genre called Kuduro, which is like 140 BPM bubbling music. It's fucking awesome.
Okay.
He did this remix, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's remix is 10 times better than mine. How the fuck is this not being put out and mine being shelved? Like, it was that good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then I went and started researching a bunch of his other music, and it had this tag called Moombahton on it. And I started playing a lot of it, and I was like, holy shit, this is the coolest genre I've ever heard. I don't even know what the tempo is. If I don't know what the tempo is, then maybe most people that are DJing don't even know what the tempo is.
Is that Master Blaster?
So then that's when I made this record. It was actually at 130, and I slowed it down to 112, and I sent it to him. I was like, yo, let me know what you think of this. And he's like, yo, this record fucking rules. And then I tricked my other friend, DJ Ruckus, who I was working for at the time, so I could basically pay rent. I would tour with him, and he was he's like massive open format dude, like playing every, club in Miami, LA. That's like the open format circuit is a really incredible circuit to be on it. And if you're one of the number one guys, which he is, I was just going to all these places with him and watching him play. And so one night he was like, yo, you got any cool records that like maybe I should need for the set? And I was like, yeah, here's a couple. And I sent Master Blaster with no name on it. He played a couple of the records. He played that one. He's like, damn, what the fuck is this? Who made this? And I was like, oh, that's me. And he's like, no fucking way. And I was like, yeah.
Wow.
And so that night I was like, okay, this song has this dude saying what the fuck and this dude, so I should just put it up on SoundCloud and see what happens. And then from there, a bunch of people were like, dude, this is one of the best Moombahton records I've ever heard, blah, blah, blah. So then after that, that's where like I found my niche, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to make a shit ton of this stuff and see if it works. And it ended up working really well for me.
Did you create the Moomba core?
No, that was Moonchi. Moonchi was like the dude that made that, and he was like sampling more like metal snares, like the tonal metal snares and everything like that.
That's great. So Master Blaster was the first one.
That was the big record. That was the record that helped me get signed to Mad Decent with Diplo and then get my first EP.
And you did a song with Diplo, QQ?
Yeah, KK.
KK, sorry, KK.
Totally different.
Sorry, dude, I read it wrong.
It's just what?
What? He put it on there? He put you on that track?
Yeah, I was actually, so he just wanted to sign Master Blaster, and I was just such a hustler at that time that I was like, yo, we got to do a record together. We got to do a couple records. And he's like, no, I'll just take this one. I was like, come on, man, just get on. Like, here, I have this record like this. It's already kind of laid out. We can do it together. And he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. I'll get this girl on this, and we can do this together. And then I ended up scrapping together this whole EP, and we put it out, and it changed my life because
Swashbuckler EP.
No, that was actually the dubstep stuff.
Okay,
that I don't think exists anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that stuff is so bad.
So we can find that.
I mean, I think you could find it on YouTube if you really want to go check it out, but.
But it was I don't give a fuck one.
No, this one's the West Side EP.
Damn, you have so many things. That was crazy.
Yeah. I
have a quick question for people that don't know the difference between the music you're playing and the music they play at raves. Is that two different things?
So no. They're all in the same.
Okay.
Yeah. They're all in the same
because
vein.
when I see you DJ, it doesn't look like a rave to me. It looks like just like a nice big party. When I think about raves, I think about like, I don't know, maybe it's like a stereotype of raves, like with the glow sticks and like a tent. Yeah, everybody's fucking faded, and it's just like, it's just the same beat. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
I do know.
I think that's what it was like back then.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still like that.
Okay.
But I mean, there's so many different genres now that I think it's
saying.
Just it's less of like
right.
It's still that though. There still is that. So
and raves is still big too.
Massive. I'm playing EDC this Saturday actually, and I mean it's been going for I don't know how many years, 20-something years.
Damn.
And how big is that?
It's got to be like 150,000, 250,000.
Holy shit!
I don't know.
Where is that?
I don't. It's in Las Vegas.
Wow.
Let me check.
It's a world that I'm so unfamiliar with.
I mean, you're just going to dance.
Yeah.
Is that pretty much it?
I mean, people party for sure, but like.
Yeah, but also it's like a. Oh my God.
Is it like a subculture? Is it like a whole different world?
500,000 people? No. Attendance.
That's
in total for the 3 days.
Yeah. And I mean, there's definitely
175,000 people, all stages combined, one day.
What's the biggest crowd you've DJ in front of?
Probably Coachella.
Oh yeah.
I think. I don't know how many people. I'm bad at gauging. I'm going to say the wrong number.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it like a subculture?
69,000, I think.
Are ravers like a whole? Is it like a crew of ravers that hang out all the time when they're not raving together? Like ravers. Like
there's crews of ravers.
Like there's hardcore kids, and then there's
ravers had like a whole dress style too.
Hip hop
back then. You know,
the big pants.
They have groups that go and they got like their like water satchels on the back, and they're drinking water the whole time.
They have crews and shit. Yeah.
Wow. But EDC is like a full-on spectacle. Like I had never been before until I was playing, and when I went, I fully was like, oh, I get it now. Because I also was never that kid that, like, the first rave I ever went to, I was playing. I was never the kid that was like, I'm going to raves. Oh man, I want to play raves. It was like, I just loved dance. I was finding all this music on blogs, so I didn't really even know what it was attached to.
Yeah.
So then when I found that out, when I went to EDC, I was like, oh, I get it. I get why a lot of people love coming here. It's because it's like, it's a whole, I mean, it's called EDC. It's like Electric Daisy Carnival.
Okay.
And it really is a carnival because they have art installations, lights everywhere. It's like fully, it's like a whole little ecosystem when you get there.
Yeah. It's so interesting, man.
I think it is because you have like technology, but there's this element, this tribal element.
Yeah.
You think from the rhythms.
Yeah.
Just like kind of being like hypnotized in a way.
Yeah.
You know, where it's just like, I've been to carnival in Rio and Brazil.
Oh my God,
those things are bananas.
Yeah,
it's just nonstop. People are just like on fire, like the energy.
I think you can kind of say that those are similar.
Right.
Like it's not on the street, dude. Rio Carnival shit looks so fucking. I've never been. It looks like the coolest thing ever.
It looks pretty insane, man.
But that energy of like a lot of it's like those rhythms, you know, they're just over and over.
Yep.
You get like in the sense of just like, okay, I'm just moving my body. I'm just, you know, not thinking about anything, almost stepping out of your body.
Yeah,
you know, becoming
totally
whole with everyone just kind of like moving.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful feeling, you know.
I mean, it's even like when, like, I remember when I was younger and I used to just go to all the hardcore shows that I went to. I mean, I used to go to backyard ones too, where I would just like circle in the pit, and it was just so fun to just get my angst out and just be like trudging around. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's all connected of just like, all right, for this moment of the show, I'm just gonna really like just fucking lose it.
Yeah,
you know?
let yourself go.
Yeah, dude, it's a release.
Be
it's
in the moment.
It's like a mosh pit.
Yeah, it's literally being in that moment.
What did you ever DJ the festival that people like ride around naked on their bicycles and stuff?
No, Burning Man.
Yeah, Burning Man.
God, come on.
I can't do the desert.
Yeah.
I don't want to camp. I don't want to trade my like breast milk for other breast milk.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
There's like an orgy tent there or something.
There is.
That's
real life.
Yeah,
right?
that's real.
Ew.
You know that?
And dirt and dust.
And dirt.
Ugh.
Dust.
Let me find out Derek's naked on his bicycle there next summer.
Nah, man,
yeah.
Not me. That's not me.
This is the best experience I've ever had in my life.
Take me out then.
So after Master Blaster, you kind of put your name on there.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a welcoming community of people? Like, because you're kind of newest on the scene. You make the song, you give it to that guy, you don't say what it is. Oh, it's me, I did that. And then you start getting a name for yourself.
Yeah.
In that world.
And then just really
put online through iCloud.
Yeah.
SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Same thing.
Same shit.
Yeah, same
iCloud,
shit.
iCloud, QQ.
No, exactly.
Are you on the iClouds?
I'm shot. You know what? Maybe I need some coffee. I need some coffee.
You're on the iClouds?
Yeah, that was on iCloud.
iCloud's old school, bro.
I love it.
Anthony Moore's loving this shit. Okay, SoundCloud, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was it. And then I just kept uploading stuff and then playing more shows. I just kept getting booked for more and more shows and just taking everything on.
Are you booking it yourself?
No. Then I had gotten my booking agent through my manager, and then that's where there was one year where I played, I think, like 206 shows in a year.
Damn. But is your set time always changing, or is there specific?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, always changing. Like it could either be that you're playing in the afternoon for a festival, or that you're closing out the festival.
An hour.
Yeah, and these are some of these are double ups too. So like you would play in the afternoon, and then you take a jet to go to somewhere else.
You said a jet,
oh
bro. My man's in the PJs.
But I mean, I'm not taking. By the way, I'm not taking PJs unless it's like to get to the next show. You're paying for You're paying for it. You're up, but you're paying for it out of your fees. I'm not over here being
out of your fees.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
but you're like, all right, I'm making more money because I'm going to this next show.
Yeah.
And you know the PJ
they
costs.
They didn't pay for that, right? No.
Okay. And there's you don't have like a set list like, yep, there's a set list. This is what's going to be played, or
like I have my music that I know I'm going to play, and then kind of everything that's around it is kind of unknown. Especially when I was playing on my laptop, I used to be on Serato,
Wow.
Now I switched to CDJs now, which is way better. Thank God.
But you have to read the crowd, right? Like,
yeah.
You could be there and be like, shit, I need to change this.
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's go beep. It's so cool though, man.
Oh yeah, you can flip it instantly to like, play Buy You a Drink and then everyone's singing along.
Right.
T-Pain?
T-Pain always.
Wow. That's sick.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it that song's beat?
Wait, hold on.
Buy you
want to see the
the
stupidest thing I've ever done?
Let's hear it. So you change your set this up all the time.
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're doing a residency at spots, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
so people come every night to see him. And you have a fan base, like people follow you. It's like
interesting.
For the music, it's cool, man.
You have merchandise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to get everything, bro.
All right. Okay, I'm just asking.
I used to have a website where you could buy weird things.
Are you selling merch at the show, at your gigs?
That's a great question. You have a merch booth?
Yeah, well, at some shows. Whatever shows we actually can do it. Wait here.
That's crazy.
Put it up to the mic.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I can put it right in here if you want me to. Let me just fast forward. You can hear how drunk I am when I say this. I said, fuck y'all.
Right, so buy you a drink.
And then...
and then you play that song. Wow.
Yeah. So the reason I did that, was because I was very, very intoxicated, and I looked over at my friend Taco from Odd Future.
Oh wow.
Taco was with me, and him and I fucking love Buy You a Drink.
It's a great song.
And I looked at him, and it was just, I was like, it's time. And in my drunken mind, I was like, it's time for me to play Buy You a Drink. I don't even care what I'm going into. And so that's where I came up with like, I'm gonna say I T-Pained y'all.
Was that the regular version too? Wow. So it's like really can't dance. It's almost like a
straight up.
I guess it's pretty. Yeah, it's not like that stuff. What about like farting in your songs?
I've played a couple farts.
I heard about you.
Yeah,
really?
I've made a couple fart edits too.
Fart edits.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have so many questions.
Ask them.
Farting in songs is kind of crazy.
Like for samples and stuff like that. I mean, how does that work? Like if you want to use stuff, you're creating a song and.
Well, I mean, like all these are joke songs. I love making joke records.
Yeah, right.
They're like remixes of like Skrillex songs where instead of the bass noise, it'll be a fart noise.
Right.
And then I did get past a USB that had nothing on it but a fart with reverb, and I played it live.
Wow.
And now a bunch of people come and ask for me to play the fart with reverb live.
Wow.
I would think they would.
But you're talking about sampling like Beastie Boys, like Paul's Boutique. Like he's not taking samples like that because you have to pay for them. Those are crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I mean, I sampled Goodies, and you just have to go to all the publishers or the people that are on the publishing for that, and then ask them if it's okay if we sample the record.
Right.
And they're cool.
Yeah.
Most of the time they're cool, right?
Yeah, most of the time. That one was fine and actually pretty easy. The only thing that was a bummer was Ciara was saying that she was going to re-record it, and then we kept kind of getting dragged along where she's like, oh yeah, she's got to move to here and she's going to re-record it, and then it was like, oh man, it just kept getting dragged on, and we were like, yo, like what's happening
Wow.
Like we don't want to keep waiting, is it cool if she just signs off on us using these vocals?
Right.
And so then we ended up getting them re-recorded so that they're not hers.
Oh,
but
wow.
she still signed off on that though.
Right.
She still was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm not going to re-record, you guys.
How often do you have somebody come in and do vocals? Like, yo, I need
a bunch. Yeah.
You sing stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so what type of vocalist have you had? Like,
just,
just people you're fans of, or
yeah.
Okay.
Like recently I got to work with this girl Hayla, who's like I feel like she is the voice of dance music right now. She's like the most powerful voice ever. She's incredible.
And so you have like ideas of like parts, like lyrics that you have for them.
Yeah, or like chord progressions already done, and then they can sing on them, and then I kind of build the song around that afterwards.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I mean I have been working on this other project. It's like it's kind of like indie alternative pop punk stuff.
Okay.
And it's with this guy Albert Hype. And we got like 10 records done, but we worked with Ian Dior. We worked with what's it called? We're working with Fall Out Boy.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to get Blink-182 on one of the songs because Mark said yes to one of the songs, so I'm trying to get in with them. But I mean, they're they're skyrocketing right now of like
I got you.
tour. So, but the whole project is like that was a really interesting project because it was like it's put together in such a different way from making dance music, because making dance music is like you just do chords and then that, and it's like this is more like trying to get in with everybody to be like, all right, let's all come up with this concept together and make a full song
together. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about, were you working a job, like when you had that first song you put out there and people love it? What are you doing at that time? How are you surviving?
As
I living at home in the back house.
Yeah, living at home in the back house, and I was just playing shows at
playing shows. Yeah,
I was at this is before CDs got taken out, you know. I was going around and I was passing out mixed CDs. Wow. I was going to every single club and I was like, hey, here, I can open. I can do it. I can
DIY.
Yeah. And so I went to every single place, and the two places that booked me was Hyde up on Sunset.
Yeah.
And then the Roosevelt.
Nice.
Two good spots, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Teddy's on Friday was where I was able to play from. This guy David Schneider. Thank God he was booking me, because it was like
those are popular spots too, man. Yeah.
And I was making $250 a night.
Oh, sick.
You know, from playing that, and I was like, all right, perfect.
If
I do 2 nights, I got my 500 from my dad.
Hell yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
That's perfect.
It was amazing.
Damn.
And then like it's funny because like I would get the 250 from the 2 weekends, and then the next weekend I would have that 250 for myself for whatever I needed.
Right.
Nice. Yeah, chilling.
Yeah.
That's good. You're hustling, working and stuff.
Dude, I played hibachi restaurants. I played Forever 21 one time.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Just ambiance music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hell
Legit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I could see how people can fall into the world of drugs, you know, where you're just like, you're at Forever 20.
Dude, Forever 21, baby.
You're like, yo, I need something to get me through this.
Dude, yeah, you would have to play 2 hours at Forever 21.
Really?
Yeah.
2 hours.
Wow.
But you make good money.
That's crazy.
God
Yeah.
bless.
And then I actually did, okay, you just reminded me, I worked for Ed Hardy, corporate. So I was working for the East Side, like basically anyone that was buying Ed Hardy shirts on the East Coast. I was the assistant to the girl that was doing that was the rep for the East Coast.
Wow.
I stayed at the job for a week, and then I was like, fuck this. This sucks.
Ed Hardy was huge, bro.
It was
back then.
huge,
Dude,
yeah.
I had to go to the fucking, like, the area with all the clothes, completely fucked. I don't even know how. I mean, that's why the company is bankrupt probably, because there were so many people sending out the wrong shirts, getting the wrong shirts, didn't have the correct shirts.
Right.
I think a lot of people are stealing from the fucking back area too.
Damn.
Because I would come in and there would be like, you know, you have what is in stock and then what you actually see, and it would always be wrong, no matter what.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
And I was getting calls from not from reps. I was getting calls from people in New York that were like, motherfucker, where the fuck are my shirts? Yeah. And I was like, we don't have them. It says we have them, but we don't have them. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't make the shirts, dude.
Holy shit. So 1 week it lasted?
Yeah, and she trained me for 1 day and then left. So I was like, yo, this sucks. Maybe it was 2 days. I don't know. She's going to call me out.
Wow. Is that the last job you had?
I think so.
That's kind of real job.
I think so. Well,
that's pretty cool.
I worked for my friend as his assistant. He was a writer, and then I was a horrible assistant. And then I worked for my godfather, who he did interior design, and I think I did 2 weeks, and then he didn't need me anymore. and then I worked, the like 2 real main jobs that I worked was Jay Lindeberg at the mall at the Beverly Center.
Oh, wow. Holy
and
shit.
I was selling suits, and then the other one was backstock for American Apparel. And those are my 2 like longest standing jobs while I was trying to get the DJ thing going.
Yeah. And so when do you start actually making a living from the DJing?
That's when I got...
How long into that career?
When I finally got signed to Matt Decent and started putting stuff out there, that's when I was like, okay, cool. I can move out of my parents' place. I went and bought a place, or not bought a place. I went and rented a place.
How long did that take? How long did it take?
Me too. I was like, oh, wait, no, hold on.
The deal you had with your parents, that actually worked out? Like, you made it happen?
Yeah, so then I was like, hey, I'm moving to downtown. There's a loft that I can rent. I think it was like maybe, I want to say I got one for $900. It was just a square.
So cheap.
Yeah, it was just a little square that I could have and make music in. And maybe it was... Yeah, I think it was $900.
That makes sense back then, yeah.
Yeah.
So with these contracts, it's a label.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, so I was doing. So I got signed, but like it was a work for hire. So like it was just like I said I was.
No, I'm just trying to get my head.
I said I was signed, but it wasn't like a deal. So so it wasn't a record deal or anything like that. It was more like there was a partnership there in terms of, hey, you're a work for hire. We want you to keep doing stuff with us, but we'll keep doing you as a work for hire, and we're going to say that you're on the roster, but you're not signed. So it was like I didn't have to give up anything, none of my rights or anything like that, so, which was great.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then like later on, I signed to Columbia Records.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Wow. So,
I didn't. Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. So, damn,
what year was that?
Oh, man, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And they give you crazy advances for DJs, or?
I got a good advance, yeah. And I think it was like one option, but then I bought myself out of the deal.
And so they were
really
trying
to about a Columbia deal?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was not fun.
Yeah, that's I never heard anybody do that before. You should get dropped or like the label goes under. To buy it out, it's pretty sick.
What I was making at the time, I just didn't feel like they were going to be able to do a good job with it. I should have stayed in. I should have stayed in it, but I didn't. Yeah. That's just how I felt. My A&R had left.
Okay.
I was kind of
just floating around.
So I was just like, I don't have anyone that I know here. I feel lonely in terms of that sense of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And my manager and I were at the time were doing everything ourselves. So I was like, well, let's just buy ourselves out and see if we can. And luckily we were able to do it.
Because the label owned your publishing.
Yeah. Or no. They didn't own our publishing. I was published by Mad Decent and they had a joint venture with another company. I forgot what it was called. But yeah, they own my publishing. So I just bought myself out of the record deal.
That's cool to get out of it because, my A&R guy was gone. Well, he was actually there, but other people at the label would just go away every couple of months and like fire people at record labels, especially major labels.
Yeah.
By the time you're on the end of the label, like nobody there. It's true.
Yeah.
So true, man.
Yeah.
They were stuck on these like 8-deal contracts.
And what year was it?
I mean, recently, even on my publishing deal with Sony, I was signed there by Amanda Hill. I don't want to name, but she left afterwards to start a thing with Ryan Tedder.
Oh,
so I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like leave me here by myself.
But shout out, Amanda's awesome. She's awesome. So I have nothing bad to say about them. I have nothing bad to say about Columbia, but it's just like, it's a bummer when your person leaves because that's who else do you go to now?
True.
Is your first EP, is that the, when's your first record come out? Because there's so many things you have.
I think my first record was Money Sucks, Friends Rule, which was 10 years ago, and that was the first one on Columbia.
Yeah.
And that one was a big record for me.
Then you have like a number one song with like something awesome.
That one was I don't know if I did, but that was on Owsla. That was on Skrillex's label.
It was? Okay, yeah. That was your first Mubanton artist, whatever?
Yeah, Moomatone. I mean, it's a tough. Don't worry. It's definitely like the weirdest,
so bad in the word.
weirdest word to read.
I'm gonna be looking.
It's not a real word.
As your first tour, the Wet and Reckless tour.
Yeah,
that's your first real tour.
Yeah, and that was because I got a
2012.
I got a DUI when I was 18, and so that's why we called it the Wet and Reckless tour, because my DUI got put down to a wet and reckless.
I haven't heard that term before.
Yeah,
DUI.
So it's either you got a driving under the influence, or they put it down to a wet and reckless, and that's what I got.
That's a great name. Dude.
Yeah.
Holy shit! So that's your first real tour.
Yeah.
Damn. And how was that?
Amazing.
You've just been doing like local stuff before that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the first tour where I like was on a bus as well.
U.S. tour?
Right.
Yeah, U.S. and Canada. And
damn.
It was just like amazing. Got to go like so many random weird places. And we went to Fargo.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
So the one thing I remember about this show in Fargo is that this girl was just sitting on the bass the whole time. And we all know why.
Had you been not really to any of these places before? You left?
No.
Wow.
I've been to Atlanta and LA, and that's it.
Dude, that's incredible.
I mean, I think before that time, never mind. I had gone to the UK.
Okay.
Because my records were starting to get picked up a lot over there on BBC.
Oh, that's awesome.
My friend Todd Latee was like making a lot of my records, like hottest record on his radio program. And so my manager and I were like, all right, I should go over there.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I'm like, yeah, like, how do I get over there? And he's like, fucking pay for it, dudes. And I was like, where do I stay? And he's like, figure it out. I literally paid for a flight, and I asked my friends that were on Mad Decent if I could stay at their house. And I ended up being able to stay at their houses.
Wow, man.
So shout out Keto and 2 Inch Punch, because they like put me up for 2
so
weeks.
Sick.
Also, I got detained when I got to the border because I was like, yeah, I'm working here.
They're like, no, you're not.
And they're like, where's your
work?
Yeah, where's your work visa? And I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I have one, but it starts in 2 weeks. And like, and you're working here now?
Wow.
And so they put me downstairs, and then this lady came in the room, and she's like, what do you mean you're working here? And I was like, well, I'm making music with my friends here. And she's like, okay, but are you working at a job, or is it like, what is it? What do you mean? And I was like, well, okay, no, we're not making any money. It's like future money. It's so hard to explain.
Yeah, totally.
But then she stopped me. She's like, you're not fucking working here then. So stop saying it. Okay. When we go back upstairs, you're just here to visit. And she thanked God for her letting me into the country. Yeah, because I could have gotten kicked out.
Yeah,
damn.
They don't like people, no papers coming in.
Dude, it was so bad. I was there for like 3 to 4 hours until I finally got out, and everyone thought I died because I was like, yeah, I'm landing at this time. I'll call you from the station.
Yeah.
Also, my phone didn't work when I landed because I forgot to get a plan. It was so bad.
Wow.
It was one of those like, this is a big learning situation for when you travel.
It was your first time in.
It was my first, first time
by
ever
yourself.
like, understanding the overseas.
Yeah, damn.
And you by yourself too.
By myself.
Wow.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's intense.
I had so much fun though.
Yeah.
Because at that age too, I'm like, what am I? I'm 24, I think.
Oh yeah,
you're
25, and you're like, you don't care.
Yeah.
Nah.
True.
As long as you, I'm like, look, like the thing in my mind is like, okay, I have enough money in my pocket to be able to go and like get a shitty hotel, sleep, and then figure it out the next morning. So I'm like, at that point, I'm like, all right, is it really that bad? No, I'm in the UK. I made it.
Right.
And you by yourself with it. That's crazy. Just going for it.
So fun.
Wow. So back to that tour. That tour was a really great tour, the first one?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really fun. And it was just like, I don't know. It was cool to see that like I actually had fans. I mean, because I'd played, there's one show that I played. I mean, there's a ton of show that I played that didn't have anybody show up. So,
wow.
But the one that I remember the most that I always love talking about is I went and played in Dallas, and 3 people showed up to a 500 cap room, and I went on for 15 minutes and just played, and they were just doing the Bernie, watching me, and then like the promoter comes over and he's like, "Yo, you don't have to play anymore," and I was like, "Okay, cool." Like unplugged my computer and shook their hands, and I was like, "Thanks for coming."
Holy
and then I went over to Hooters and got fried pickles by myself.
Oh my God.
No tour manager at the time too.
Wow.
Just by yourself out there?
Just by myself.
I wonder if those 3 people are still around. Come to shows.
I hope they remember that as like being the funniest show I've ever played.
Dude, that's so crazy. 3 people?
3 people.
Did you get paid for that gig?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get
wow,
yeah.
Dude.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that promoter lost everything, man.
That happens. It's part of the game.
Yeah. There was another one too where I remember I was playing and there was so much smoke and I was playing so loud and I was just so into it, and like the smoke cleared and no one was on the dance floor because someone had pulled the fire alarm. So I was just playing to myself, just like, and they're like, yo, we gotta go.
It's like, this is not the smoke machine.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
You're about to die. Get out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh my God.
Fuck. So do you actually make money at the first tour?
I think we made like a decent amount of money. But I mean, I think like the great thing about being a DJ again is that like you're a very lean, like we had one bus.
I know. It's so cool.
We don't have to have any roadies like setting up guitars, passing guitars that are tuned correctly.
Damn.
Like it is crazy to just see the other side of touring for my friends where I'm like, holy shit, you guys have to have so many people. So many people.
I'm thinking about putting all my band songs, just the music on a DAT, and I'll be on stage with the DJ. Take all that money.
You're like, I'm rich.
Have Max DJing.
Dude, he did some HR stuff. He did that. He came out with like a tape, put it in. One
really?
choice. Yeah, I was like, yo.
Was it Bad Brain songs?
It's HR.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then you did the world tour too. That was the big. Was that your headline in 2013?
Yeah, world tour.
World tour. That was your headlining one.
I think so. I think that was like we stepped it up to bigger venues and it worked.
Nice.
It's crazy. So you started growing and grinding and just
grinding
your fan base.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger and bigger.
Where do you think your biggest fan base is?
Good question.
In Europe, in the U.S.
In the U.S. for sure.
In the U.S. for sure.
Yeah, especially just being from LA. I think LA probably biggest fan base.
Okay. And does the U.S. dictate a lot of the music as far as like
they
the
used
scene
to
in the world? It used to.
Right. I think it switched back to Europe now. Yeah, right. I think there's still a lot of people in the U.S. that are well, but no, it's a lot of Europe. Right. I think. Mm-hmm. Cancel me all you want if I say that. It's not America.
Europe kills it in a lot of ways.
They
man.
do. No.
All music. It seems like
UK is always crushing.
The UK is always crushing in the rock world as well.
Yeah. British invasion stuff when that was happening.
Yeah.
So I think right now it's the pendulum has swung over to Europe, and then it usually comes it really just matters where the young kids that are just like making the coolest pocket of music, and then that blows up in that certain spot, and then it dictates really what's happening in dance music.
Are there a lot of DJs now?
Any
a lot
music.
of DJs now everywhere?
More than ever. Yeah.
More than ever?
More than ever.
Yeah.
Wow. And young ones and all kinds. Yeah.
All kinds.
You like an OG now?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
How many years doing it for now?
I think 13 or 14.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you go to Europe a lot too?
Not as much as I used to, but starting to get back over there a lot more. Like this year, I'm going back over August and September and October.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's amazing. Mm-hmm. It's a crazy different genre than nothing we know about.
Well, the thing that's crazy too is just the amount of touring that DJs do in terms of like when you're. I feel like if you're a band, normally it's like you do 3 to 6 months or something like that out of the year, and then you kind of go back, work on music, and then come back next year.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but the touring cycle for DJs is fucked because it's like you can play 24/7, 365.
It's crazy, dude.
So you're like, I mean, really one of those years where I was just going where it was like, all right, we're going to Asia. All right, we're going to Australia. All right, we're going to go back to the US. All right, we're going over to Europe. Like you just keep going and going and going, and it just turns into this like rat race of just how much you can play.
You work as much as you want to work.
Yeah.
I think there's just more.
If you don't say no, that you will work.
I think there's more opportunities to play with this style of music as well.
Yeah.
More so than
what?
Heavy. More opportunities to play, more places.
Well, exactly. There's so many nightclubs.
Yeah,
there's so many other places that you can play. That's not just like, hey, we're gonna do a bus tour and we're gonna play all the rock venues, because that's what happens. We end up going into like rock venues and setting up the light walls and everything like that. But if you're not doing that, you still can be like, all right, I'm going to Chicago and I'm playing the nightclub there. All right, I'm going to New York, I'm playing the nightclub there. All right, I'm going to Europe and I'm going to play a bunch of nightclubs over there. Mm-hmm. So it is there are a lot more venues for a DJ to play in, just because you don't have to have that rock venue set up where it's like, here's the stage, here's where the crowd's going to be. It's like, here's the DJ booth that's right here.
You can do that route though, right? I mean, you can build up like, I'm going to put money into production of my stage setup,
absolutely,
light walls, and have like, I've seen like DJs now that have like crazy 3D things, awesome effects, or it's like things coming out of the screen. I'm like, oh my god, this is totally changed.
No, there's these guys. Tale of Us are the ones that are doing that, and they have the craziest LED wall setups. And
it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have crazy production now?
Right now, no. I just have I have a big LED wall and then like funny footage of stuff. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Well, it's not mine, but I mean, we'll rent it.
Yeah, rent it out. He's got it in storage somewhere by his crib.
Hell no! Oh my god, that would be.
No, I was like,
that'd be so much. I mean, I would then I would have to rent it out.
Yeah, you could rent that out.
Yeah.
Did you work with Twister, right?
Yeah.
Was he cool?
I mean, we sent him back and forth. We didn't sadly get in the studio, but I did meet him when he came out and played with me, and he's the nicest dude ever.
That's so cool, man. Nobody really talked about Twister, man, the fastest rapper.
No, fastest rapper alive. Maybe.
And Panic at the Disco too, as well, right?
Worked with Yuri a bunch.
I'll get Sally. Go. Keep talking. I get it.
Okay. Yeah. So, in the future, do you ever think about creating that type of setting where you're just rather focused on, I'm going to be there playing the music and let's just go with that, keep it simple, or do you ever think about creating like a whole stage setting?
I go back and forth on it sometimes. Mm-hmm. I think it has to be like the right. I would have to be doing like the right album and be like, all right, cool. This all has to be with the correct visuals, and it's going to help with the whole show. Because I feel like that's a big part of it. Of like you have to you have to make sure you have the right music for that like really awesome setup like that.
I mean,
and you probably aren't going to make as much money as
no, of course you wouldn't. I mean, because you're putting that into your production.
Exactly.
Do you ever think about doing like have you ever done, or do you think about doing like a theme album where that would make sense, to have like a whole setup, like, like this is going to be based around like a book or a movie or something farting. You had in your mind, or farting,
That's kind of interesting.
Yes, I think later on, I think I'm like done with doing albums for right now, because the last one I just did, I guess, was more of a mixtape. But I think, in like a couple years, I do want to do something like that, where it is a really, really well thought out, like fully cohesive. Everything kind of is in the same vein and makes sense sonically. Because the last album I just put out is a mixtape where it's just like every different genre, and I do love doing that, because that's what I did on my first album.
Right.
But I do think that would be really fun to do that, and then like make a full live show where everything goes in with each other, and like it's a whole experience.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
A mixtape? You doing two before with Skrillex too, though, back then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This mixtape is fire, and this mixtape is fire too.
How's it working with Skrillex?
He's incredible. He's one of the best producers ever.
Really?
Yeah. Still. Always.
And he's still in the game, killing it, right?
Oh my God, crushing it.
Really?
Always.
What's up with you? What's up with Emo Preston?
Emo Preston, I don't know, man. He's gone.
What his personalities?
I used to do a ton of like Snapchat stuff. When Snapchat was massive, I was like making a ton of videos.
You're heavy on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're super creative with that stuff. You love doing that stuff.
It's always been a fun, like, it's just like such a fun, different avenue of I'm not even promotion, because I never really thought of it that way, but it's
creativity.
Just, creativity. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, when I was in art school, there was this class called New Genres, and that's basically the videos that I do on my Instagram were videos that we were making in new genres, which was us just fucking around and making dumb, stupid comedy videos. So it's just like, it's second nature to me.
And then you did like and subscribe too, like a series you did back then too. Like comedy stuff, like Funny or Die, right?
Yeah. We got that on Funny or Die.
That's awesome, dude.
We were making the premise of that show was to make fun of all like you've heard of like content houses, right?
No.
Like the people live in the mansions.
So
that's why I watch this.
So
a bunch of creatives, right?
Yeah.
Like basically,
influencers.
Yeah. There's one manager, and then there's a bunch of influencers living in the same house making content together.
That's real life, right?
That's real life. So we wanted to
buy my house.
We wanted to make a fake one. And that's what the whole concept of the show is, where I'm the manager and I keep coming in and be like, guys, we gotta have content.
Such a great concept, dude. And that was unfunny. That's crazy, dude. What about working with G-Eazy? How was he?
He's awesome. Super nice guy.
That's cool.
That record came about really easily, and it was super fun. What's crazy is I had met him. We both met each other before our music careers blew up.
Oh, wow.
Like
he's from the Bay, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I met him in Boston, and he was playing a show at some other place, and I was playing a show at some other venue.
Wow.
And so we got lunch together, and that's where like we met for the first time. And he was like, oh, yeah, I make this stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, dude,
before he blew up?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
And that's where I found out he was scared of birds, because a bird tried to like land next to us, and he got fucking freaked out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he hates birds.
It's a known fact?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's not.
Now it is now. Like a pigeon or something?
No, yeah. Fucking hates it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But great guy.
Damn, geez, he's scared of birds, bro. And then you did like a Spanish language album too?
Yep.
What?
Yeah. So it was like a continuation of that song KK, but I changed it to English. What? And spelled it WT.
Did that put you in a different world too, doing that?
Yeah, that was awesome. I got to work with Residente, who was from Calle 13. I met him from going to the Latin Grammys with Diplo, and Diplo introduced me to him. He's like, "Yo, you guys got to make a record." And sometimes in passing, someone's like, yeah, for sure, let's make a record, and it never happens.
Totally.
And this was like, fully kept talking to me on WhatsApp. I went to Miami. I worked with him for 3 days on the concept. He's like an incredible artist when it comes to concepts and music videos, where he was like, hey, I have this idea, and I want to talk about, because the song we made is called Sexo, and basically it's in Spanish. It's talking about like everything we do is for sex. You do your hair for sex. You spray on cologne for sex, and blah blah blah. And then we made this crazy music video in Colombia where he directed the whole thing, and it's incredible. And
in Colombia, that's awesome.
But he's just such. I mean, from that, just meeting him was one of the coolest things ever. And then also one of the guys that I didn't even think I was going to be able to work with on the whole project was this guy, Archangel. And I was in Dominican Republic. I was about to get in the studio, and there was a rolling blackout. So the studio that we were working in just didn't have power. So we were like, today we're not going to be able to work because we don't know when the power is going to come back on. So I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, we get this call from one of the guys that we're working with, and he's like, yo, I'm sitting here with Archangel, and he wants to work with you. So come over to the hotel. We'll hang for a bit, and then we'll go to the studio. So I was like, oh my God. Like Archangel and Bad Bunny came up together.
Oh wow, okay.
And we're doing a bunch of like Latin trap stuff. And I was already listening to that. They were working with Mambo Kings and all these people in Puerto Rico. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. So I go there, they're all speaking Spanish. And I'm just kind of like this, very white dude, just sitting there, very polite, just waiting for my turn to whatever. I just didn't want to interrupt. They were drinking beers and doing all that. So I'm sitting there, and then he finally comes over and he's like, yo, man, so like, I heard you make music and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's go to the studio. Let's go work on something. We go to the studio. We stayed there till 6 a.m. working, and
wow,
it was fucking awesome. He brought this other guy named Kimiko Ultra Mega, coolest name I've ever heard.
Sick name.
And he ended up getting on the song too. So that night the song was done, and it was like just the universe made it happen for me because what are the odds that the rolling blackout happens?
Crazy,
I'm
dude.
not in
Yeah.
the studio with the person I'm supposed to be, and then the dream person ends up being like, yeah, let's work.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So the album was a really cool, fun process, and that kind of was like a full where like I made everything to be in the same genre and zone and kind of like be together and make sense together as when you listen to the full thing.
I see. And when you're starting this creative process, do you start with beats that you have or things that you've been working out by yourself? Feel like, yo, I got this.
Yeah,
Check it out.
Yeah, it's basically like you set a folder of like 15-second to 30-second loops, and then you kind of go through, and then you'll get in with somebody and be like, hey, which one of these do you like? And then they'll be like, ooh, I like this. I like the sound of this. Let me write to this real quick. And that's kind of how songs develop through that, and then but everything kind of stays in the same sound zone.
I see.
Yeah.
And how much music are you making at this point in your life? All the time? You're always making new stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to every day. And then I've just been getting in with a bunch of writers and just making random stuff, just working on random dance stuff, and then even just pop records.
Did you do something in Lego Movie too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's killer.
It's so cool, man.
So my friend
Catchy
Brandon,
song.
yeah, my friend Brandon Dermer is friends with John Lajoie, who is from The League, and we got introduced through him. And so randomly he hits me up and he's like, "Yo, I'm working with the Lego Movie, and I'm doing a song with them, and I already made the song in my way, but they want it to be more electronic, and I know that you do that, so would you be down?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, of course I'm down."
Cool.
So then I laid out the song for him and put his vocals on there, and then this was the easiest thing. I sent it to him, didn't hear back, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, we got T-Pain and that girl Lele on the song."
T-Pain again?
And it's done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, dude, T-Pain and I are good friends. I love him.
Oh, you guys are boys?
We became good friends.
Oh, that's so cool, man.
I don't know when the first time I met him. Nicest guy I've ever met. Like most down to earth, humble guy. Just
that's cool.
For the amount of accolades he has, you
Incredible.
know, you just don't know. And anytime I've ever talked to him, he's just the sweetest guy ever. We've done a bunch of songs. We did that one. We did this other song, Hot Tub, with Young Gravy. I feel like we did another one.
So Buy Your Drink has a real special meaning.
It does.
Your
It
friends
does.
and shit.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? They give him so much crap about auto-tune, but so many people using auto-tune before T-Pain.
Yeah, Cher did.
So many people. Yeah, Cher's an OG with
Dude,
that.
fuck Cher. No, I'm just kidding.
What? Oh, hold up now.
No, but it is really funny because when you listen,
T-Pain about that. It's
when
crazy.
you listen, Do You Believe in Love?
Yeah.
That is so auto-tuned.
Yeah.
And I never realized it until now because you can really hear the auto-tune.
Yeah.
Plus, you understand that's crazy. But yeah, they always crap on T-Pain.
with
And
Cher.
also,
Come on, you can't
T-Pain
mess
can
with Cher.
actually sing really well.
Yeah, he can. Because I saw something of him singing one of his songs just live, and people freaked out about it. Like, he really has a great voice. But he was doing the auto-tune stuff as well. But he's great, man.
Yeah.
People
Incredible.
don't talk about T-Pain no more, man. He was, like, awesome.
Oh, no. I mean, they still do.
Yeah. Little John, too, bro.
Oh, Little John's the best.
That was a whole crazy era back then.
That was one of the best eras ever.
Yeah.
I was taking photos at my friends and I were doing this club called Seduction. It was like 18 plus, and I was the photographer for it. And the amount of like guys with their backs against the wall with the girls just bent over, just listening to Get Low or to
yeah, dude.
to buy you a drink or like
Skeet,
I'm in love with a stripper.
Yeah. Is there like DJ clicks or like drama where like there's in all kinds of genres?
No, there's nothing
like that. That's cool, man.
We're pretty nice.
Everybody's all like supportive of each other and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's way different than a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
Different communities.
True.
Especially music.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. It's a whole like community.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's like nobody gets weird about opening up for each other, playing with each other, or
I don't think so.
who's like the biggest?
Yeah.
Who's the biggest in dance music right now?
Yeah. Like who's the GOAT?
I mean, probably David Guetta. The amount that he puts
I know
out.
the name. Yeah.
And also, I mean, I think on Spotify he's like number 9 in the world.
Wow, dude.
He's been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I think Tiesto as well.
Oh, that's right. I forgot those names.
And then Diplo's just absolutely
Deadmau5 in the game
crushing.
still?
Deadmau5 is in the game.
Yeah.
Deadmau5 and Cascade still crushing it. Yeah.
It's a crazy world, man.
It is.
Stuff, man.
Yeah.
But everybody's cool with each other. Everybody plays with each other.
I think so. I mean, Deadmau5 was like the only dude that would really like talk a lot of shit. I think he's kind of toned down now. But I mean, also the shit that he would talk was like, he's a smart dude. So he was usually kind of
Is he from
telling
England?
the truth. He's from Canada. He's from Toronto.
Do you have like a dream collab to work with?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to actually work with Deadmau5.
Okay.
Him and I were. He's very on and off with me, where he's like friends with me, and then he's like not friends with me. So maybe like one of these years he'll be friends with me again, and then I can convince him to do a song with me.
Yeah. You're a big video game person too,
I love
right?
video games.
Is like you do that a lot?
Yeah, it's a really good way for me to like decompress and kind of like get out of my own head.
What kind of video games?
I mean, I'll play like Diablo 4 or League of Legends, which is the worst.
You know what those are?
I know what Diablo 4 is.
You do?
Yeah.
It's like, what is it? What's the concept?
Diablo was, I played that so many years ago, and I don't remember on what it was, but
I was on PC. I think only on PC.
Yeah.
Diablo's like the OG, I feel like ARPG, right?
Yeah.
And it's like an action role-playing game where you you level up a character and you get different skills, and then
like
but
fighting?
when you were playing, man, that like because I just got in during Diablo 4, which is like the most updated version I think of the game.
Okay.
Or what mechanics it does, but like just hearing the old stories of like what you had to do to like be able to level your character, like
it's like fighting and killing.
Yeah, fighting and killing demons.
Okay.
Yes, the demons. Taking the demons down.
There you go.
And so you playing with like online with a group of people?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are you like have the headsets on?
Yeah, the homies.
Thing, and you're
exactly.
You're like yelling, you're going crazy.
Yo, kill.
Yeah.
No, Kevin, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do people do that for money too, or no? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, people.
Okay.
I mean,
like gamers.
I have friends that do like Twitch streaming and all that.
That's like a career for people.
Oh yeah, full on.
It's like YouTubers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't make money from
skills.
it. Yeah.
Gotta have skills. So.
Yeah, you do have to have skills.
Yeah.
So you're playing that a lot?
No. Right now, I've just been working on a ton of music.
And that helps you relax playing those games.
It does, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Killing.
Yeah, it's a weird sensation that happens when you're playing those games. You know, it's like
especially now that it's like so advanced.
Yeah,
like you actually feel like you're there now. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty intense.
Damn.
Yeah.
How about like what's the other one? The one Grand Theft Auto, is that a big one?
Oh, that's a great. It's still massive.
Especially living in LA, dude. It's crazy.
Dude, now they have servers where you can go and role play. So you'll pretend to be a character in the game. Like if you're a cop in the game, you'll be a cop. You'll pretend to be a cop. Like, all right, we're arresting you because you were speeding, and then the other person
so you're in there.
Yeah, you're like in there role playing. It's so
Holy
funny.
Shit,
it's pretty intense.
Can you like put a different shirt on, like dress yourself in there? And
you
shit?
could.
Yeah. You can go to a store and buy stuff.
There's other one.
Really?
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption. There's Red Dead Redemption as well, which is like GTA, but it's like where you're Wild West. Yeah,
Wild West.
And you can do the role playing in there too.
Damn,
it goes in depth. Dude.
Yeah,
especially the music. I was just shocked.
Yeah,
like when you're driving in the car.
It's so
it's
good.
Just like they have like Black Flag, to
Circle Jerks. I know. I
Circle
saw
Jerks
that.
to like everything. I was like, yo, this is what I'd be listening to. Is like my son kept singing Amoeba. Like it's just like Amoeba.
That's incredible.
I was like, oh my god, we're driving.
Dude, Circle Jerks, best album title. Everything Sucks.
That's Descendants.
Oh shit, my bad. They have the same fucking thing. They have the same logo.
Group Sex. Group Sex.
Circle
Jerks. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
That's okay. I love you for that. That was great.
I like that's Moomatone and
yeah, bro. Yeah, we're fucking way even now.
Yeah, Descendants is that's what it was. I wanted to name it one of my albums. Everything Sucks, and then I remembered that I couldn't because of them.
Goddamn
right. It's a different genre though. Couldn't you do it?
No.
No. Well, because I think because I know about them.
Yeah.
I think if I didn't know about them, then I think it'd be fine. Because then you're like, okay, I'm in a different. But the fact that I have listened, so
Yeah.
I think it's like for me, I'm a respect thing.
No. For the listeners, he's wearing a Power Man 5000 shirt in here. Do you remember that band?
Of course I do. That's Rob Zombie's little brother.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Are
you ready to go?
You a Rob Zombie fan too?
Yeah, I love all his movies too.
You're more into the core these days. I've been hearing on the streets.
I'm getting way back into the core.
Okay, back
Yeah.
to the
Sorry, there's
core.
the Zavala
Back
show.
to the
That was
core.
sick. And then you get Trapped Under Ice.
Trapped Under Ice, insane.
Great
just
band,
incredible. Oh my
Yeah.
god, I was listening with my girlfriend and she was like, "Yo, I actually fuck with this."
Is she into, what is she into?
She likes, like, when we went to the Zabulba show, she went with me. She was
Yeah.
like, "This is."
He was in the
fucking
pit
awesome.
too at LA show. I gave him props for that.
Wow.
He was posting from the pit. It was pretty fucking sick.
That's
That was a crazy show.
For the Blood Brothers show, I think I'm gonna try to get in the pit again.
Damn.
Because that dude, I got punched in the face on like I remember I went to see them at the Troubadour, and man,
Good
that was like
spot.
the most fun I've ever had, ever.
They're playing Troubadour coming up.
No, they're playing the
Oh.
Belasco
Oh, that's
Damn,
big.
it's a
in November. Yeah, so I'm like that to me is like my favorite band ever. I bought a Nord Electro 2 because of that band. When I saw them, they were playing at the El Rey, and I saw the fucking piano, and it was the piano from Peacocks and Skeletons, I think is the song. I think I'm saying the name wrong,
That's
but
okay.
it was the coolest riff ever. And I was like, I'm buying that fucking piano so I can play that riff on the organ.
Oh my
I need to check
God.
these guys out. Where are they from?
They're from Seattle, I believe.
Have you heard them before?
No.
I hope I'm
What,
saying.
what do they sound like, the band?
They sound. I can play
It's
you.
super hard.
Yeah. I'll play you one of my favorite songs, which is like the beginning of Burn Piano Island Burn. It's called Guitar Me.
It's pretty sick, actually.
Dude, they're
Wow.
I'm already
fucking
intrigued.
awesome. Like
That was pretty freaking
Yeah.
good, actually.
one of these. Oh my god, this fucking organ. Dude, when this song starts, oh my god, every single person's pushing the pit back so you can just fucking wail.
Wow.
It's got a refused vibe
Man,
to it.
Oh my god.
To me.
I'm feeling
Fuck.
it. I'm
It reminds me
honestly.
of Refused a little bit.
I'm like, damn.
Dude, they're
Course, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
They're
I
awesome.
love shit like that.
I might be down
you
for that.
know,
That's pretty cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's go
It
together.
does remind me of the
Especially
Refused.
incorporating like a lot of the
Electronic
stuff.
stuff.
is So sick.
I love when even Slipknot, like that. Funny enough, when I was Linkin Park and Slipknot both had DJs during that
Yes,
time.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, sick.
And I fucking loved it. And also Slipknot had the keg guy, which was my favorite.
Keg
the guy that just
yeah.
hits
that
the
guy's
keg.
just hitting the keg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I love those bands just because of the fact that they did that.
Incubus, too, had a DJ.
Yes, they did.
And Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit
Hell
too,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I love Limp Bizkit and Incubus.
Yeah, when did that start coming into like the hard rock stuff? Was it
Good
the
question,
90s?
man.
That was the 90s.
90s for sure.
That was
like
like
having like a DJ that wasn't a hip hop group totally, you know what I mean?
1996 or something like that.
Yeah, Linkin Park
Before,
was so sick, dude.
So
they
sick.
were sick.
You know what I mean? Like they weren't like the crazy rap rock Limp Bizkit was and the
No.
Korn vibe. They had their
And-
own thing
Mhm.
And what's
with
his
the
name?
melodies and
He
stuff.
could really, really sing his ass off.
Yeah.
I know,
Like
man, rest
going
in
back
peace.
and I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
wow. I mean,
And just
Incredible.
that- And just that,
incredible.
was it Crash?
Vocalist.
Was it an album called with Jay-Z? Crashcore or
Yeah.
Collision? Yeah,
I
that
was-
shit
I
was
mean,
fucking great.
I just had so
dude.
much
That
respect
was
for
such
him,
a
and I'm not
great
like a
remix.
huge fan, but I just had respect for what they did.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I was like, man.
Like
do
even
well.
even a lot of the melodies were like made on like synthesizers,
Right.
Really?
which was really cool. Yeah, I think at least, unless I'm
Uh-huh.
wrong, but it sounded like a lot of them were, unless they were running through crazy distortion pedals.
I remember the first video too. It didn't sound like the way they ended up sounding later on. The first one
Right.
that
Yeah.
came out, he had
Uh-huh.
short hair.
Right.
I
Right.
remember seeing the video right now. I forgot the first song that came out that wasn't
Yeah, they went through some evolution, which is great. You know, like growing.
the dude with the headphones on the whole time.
Yeah.
Back
The
then.
bass player, yeah.
That was interesting too.
It was cool, man. They definitely.
They were like the last wave of the rap whatever music was back then.
Yeah,
The
it's
rap
not
metal
easy.
shit?
It's easy to pull
Yeah.
off because people are very skeptical of that. Me being one of them at the time, just like, well, man, you got to
Really?
be able to do this for real if you're going to do
Well,
it.
it's either gonna
Yeah.
sound like jokey and gimmicky,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
it's gonna sound really good, and it's you
yeah.
can't be in the middle because
Right.
then you're just
Exactly.
not gonna be believable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
What is some other music you listen to that that listeners would be surprised that you listen to that's not what they expect? Besides Power Man 5000. How about some mellow stuff? You like some mellow stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean I love bossa nova. I listen to bossa nova in the morning.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
There you go.
Makes me feel really happy. So
That's
enjoy
nice.
that.
Okay. I love me some bossa
Let me see.
novas.
Let me look through. I'm really bad at listening to music now.
You listen to new hip hop and stuff or new music? Or
Not
no?
really. If I'm listening to anything, it truly is like I'm listening to bossa nova, or I'm going through and like listening to more like pop punk stuff.
Really? What kind of pop punk stuff? Old stuff or new stuff?
New stuff.
No Pressure we talked about.
No Pressure.
Incredible.
Which I don't. What is the genre? I'm so bad at saying genres now.
I consider them hardcore, man.
Okay, hardcore.
Yeah.
So then I guess I'm listening to more hardcore stuff. Like, have you heard of Teen Mortgage?
No.
Nope.
This guy's schooling us today.
Now.
This shit is sick. Almost like a Ramones.
Cool. Yeah.
You ever heard this band called Mannequin Pussy?
No, but sounds amazing.
I love the.
I'll hit it with some Chicago sometimes.
Hell yeah!
Oh, come on, bro.
That's
our shit. We like that shit.
I fucking love Chicago.
Dude.
Chicago is amazing.
What about Heart?
Heart.
The girl band, the girl singers?
I think I've heard.
Barracuda.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, yeah. Great record.
The new Bon Jovi documentary is really incredible.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's really wonderful, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check that
Def
out.
Leppard we like.
Mannequin Pussy, I think you would like.
Mannequin Pussy?
Yeah.
That sounds
How
familiar.
about Military Gun?
I haven't heard Military
Oh, dude, they
Gun.
have a song with Mannequin that band.
Oh, really?
Dude, Military
wait.
Gun's incredible, man.
Have you heard Baby Metal?
I heard the name. I haven't heard
Yes.
I heard the name, yeah.
Fucking awesome.
The
They just
band
toured.
is
It's these
incredible.
I heard they're
three-
amazing.
Yeah. Incredible.
Where are they from?
Oh, my God. I think they're from
Japan.
Japan.
Oh, yeah. I heard about the, yeah.
Hey,
They're on tour with the Death Clock.
hey.
And then I think
love
they're
to see
touring.
that shit, dude.
It's so fucking cool.
What a cool name, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great
Baby Metal?
concept. Have you ever seen the live video or like? It's insane. They're so live in
They're
Japan.
so fucking awesome.
It's like over the top. I'm like, what?
I
is
love
happening?
it. Also, I mean, of course, Anthony. The reason Anthony and I became really good friends was because of how much I love Morrissey.
Oh, okay.
The way that I found out about Morrissey is a very funny story. I was, I think, probably 19 or something like that, and I got extremely wasted someplace. And my friend Dean was driving me home in his Audi A4 that he had just gotten. And he's like, please do not throw up in here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good, dude. Oh, no, I think I'm going to throw up. And I think Big Mouth Strikes Again came on.
Big Mouth.
And so it played and it ended, and I said, yo, if you keep playing that song, I won't throw up. And he kept playing the song, and I didn't throw up until we got to his house, and I threw up. The next morning, I'm like, yo, what fucking band was that? Because that was the best song ever.
Wow.
I need to listen to more. And he's like, oh, yeah, it's the Smiths or Morrissey.
Wow.
And so from there, I became like such a big Smiths fan.
That's amazing.
And
have you seen Morrissey live?
yeah, I saw him in Vegas. Anthony
Nice.
actually hooked me up with tickets.
Oh, awesome.
And whenever we tour and Anthony's there, I mean, I also do love doing this, but I always put Morrissey as the changeover for the music because it makes me feel... I think because of that time when I was in the fucking car, that it makes me feel really calm before I go on before a show.
That's crazy,
It's like if This Charming Man comes on, I'm like, oh, cool, I feel great. Mm-hmm. And we always play Hang the DJ before just as a joke of like...
Right.
But no one gets it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, does anybody get
No
that
one
there?
gets it.
Yeah.
No one ever is like, yo, this is so funny that he's playing this
I
and
was
he's
going
a
to ask you,
DJ.
what are you playing to get the vibe going in the crowd before you go on? That's nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Morrissey, wow.
Yeah.
What about hip-hop stuff? Did you grow up in hip-hop, too?
I like, yeah. There was a certain time where I got into a lot of 90s hip-hop, like Da Rockwilder, Method Man, and Redman was
great.
One of the best records. Like, I just loved playing that. And the reason I got into a lot of that was because I was playing at this place called The Room on Cahuenga. I would play there every weekend for nothing, just so I could keep DJing. And I kept playing a lot of the dance music that I was playing, and I would basically clear out the room. And so the bouncer, who was the nicest guy ever, he's like, yo, man, look, like, and he, funny enough, he's like, look, I know that you know me, because he loved Slayer, and he's like, I know you know that I love metal and everything, and like, but let me just tell you, if you play 90s hip-hop here, you will fucking crush it every time. Like, we will have people coming in here and just vibing out. So, like, I'm telling you, just play it and see what happens. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go and I'm going to do my research and I'm going to find out all these songs and I'm going to start playing it. Next time I played it on Friday, dude, everyone that kept coming was like, yo, do you play this often on Fridays? Like, is this the vibe every time? All right, we're going to stay here. I don't know if he fucking planned those people to come in and say that.
Wow.
But no, he didn't, because so then I started actually getting people to come in and dance, and it was awesome. So that was where I like really picked up a lot of my knowledge for
cool,
90s
man.
hip hop. But I was like playing a lot of like, what's it called? I was playing NWA, Express Yourself, like those records would always go off. Eazy-E, what's it called? The Humpty Dance.
Oh yeah,
Digital Underground.
Dr. Dre, Snoop.
Who's the dude? Who's the one with the like tiny dude in it? The midget.
Ghetto Boys.
What is it?
Ghetto Boys.
Ghetto Boys.
Oh my God, one of the best records ever.
Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill.
Yes,
Yeah, Bushwick Bill.
And then
Cool Keith.
yes. And then
Cool Keith was legend, bro.
was it People Under the Stairs?
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I went and watched like a full
That's a great one.
VH1 thing, and then
great
from
one.
that I went onto iTunes and I was like looking at everything, and I listened to all the music, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. And then I think that also contributed to like the way that I like to make music, which is a lot of sampling.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't sample a lot of other records anymore because you're going to get in trouble for that. But
Right.
Splice is very much like you can go and find the samples that you like and use them freely.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. What about your daughter? Is she into the same kind of music you're into, or like the dance stuff? Or
she
no?
loves emo stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loves like
Chemical Romance?
Yeah. I played her Postal Service.
Okay.
Not down. She said this is the worst thing I've ever heard. And I said, you know what? Olivia Rodrigo's the worst thing I ever heard. I mean, Olivia Rodrigo's good though.
Dua Lipa.
Yeah, she loves Dua Lipa.
She likes Taylor Swift, probably.
Yeah, loves Taylor Swift.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she likes a lot of like indie records as well. What's this group? Hold on, I have it in my.
I know exactly.
Leisure.
Leisure. Okay.
Leisure's great. Leisure.
Phoebe Bridges. She has a band. I forget that bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like Still Woozy, Bane's World.
Did you take her to see Taylor Swift?
No, not yet. I will.
Save up some money because I don't think it's going to be cheap.
Is it hard to balance? You're traveling and stuff, being the dad too, all that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I have it all scheduled out, so it's not as hard as it used to be. I every weekend when I have her, I like make sure that I take the time to have as much time with her.
Yeah.
And not really be focusing on working on music or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just maximizing time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could balance all that and just shut everything off, man.
What?
Is it hard for you to shut?
It is
hard for you to shut your head off.
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Are you
I
a
got to
good
take
sleeper?
CBD for it.
You a good sleeper?
No, I get woken up so easily.
Damn.
My alarm is just like birds because it wakes me up so easily. If I do something crazy, it'll like really fuck me up when I wake up. Like this is my alarm. Let's see.
I like that. I need something like that.
Let me hear that.
That's it.
I love it.
That's so, dude. I could use that too.
Yeah,
Man. That's peaceful.
I think I'm gonna have to. I definitely want to change my.
What do you find? Just like on like
That's
Stella.
Stella heard it too.
Stella like that.
She started opening her legs. It was like Stella. I was like, come on, girl.
Stella, chill. It's just birds.
I know you got manners, girl. Come on.
And you're on your workout. So what's like a day in the life of you when you're not
Day in the life.
DJing, yeah.
Day in the life is workout at like 10 a.m.
That's nice.
That's good.
And then go straight into the studio after that and kind of work.
And where's the studio? You have a studio?
Studio's
here?
at the house. Yeah,
Oh,
I just have it in
perfect,
my living room.
Oh,
It's
dude.
it's just like KRK setup, KRK 6s I think that are old. Work on that.
So
and
perfect, man.
have people come over and track records and stuff like that.
Have you ever worked on a like movie soundtrack?
Scoring and stuff.
Score, yeah.
No, the only thing I've ever done is like just pitching records. Like the only, I guess the deepest one that I've done is that Lego movie one.
Okay.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's about it. It's so tough to like. I tried to work on stuff for Fast and the Furious, the new one,
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
and I pitched a bunch of records and they didn't get taken. It's just really tough when like you're competing with. So usually you're competing with a record that they don't want to keep there,
Right.
and they want you to make a record that's not like it but like it.
Yeah. I hear this a lot in movies where I'm just like, this sounds just like
And you're like, wait, hold on. I have no idea what you want because you told me to make a record like this, but not like it.
Right.
Like what?
Because they don't have the money to pay for.
I get, They
make it sound like this kind of. Yeah.
I think they have like a certain budget, and they're like, well, let's see what we can get, and then you're up against the director that's like, you get demoitis when you're listening to music yourself that you're making.
Totally.
So imagine a director that's like, yeah, well, I love this, let's say, Chicago song. I love this Chicago song here.
Yeah.
How can you fucking compete with a Chicago song?
I can't, dude.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
true.
Right.
That you're up against the director and you're up against the music supervisor to be like, oh yeah, you did it. You crushed it. And I think you're that's why I really try not to do that much of it because it's just such a headache.
Right.
I remember when the Boston's had the big song impression that I get.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, what a great record.
Yeah, a couple commercials coming out for Knock on Wood, whatever that big song. It sounded just a teeny bit off, but it sounded just like them. They're trying to capitalize on the ska at that moment. It was so crazy because they couldn't get the Boston. Yeah, it's a great record, dude.
Yeah.
Boston's one of the greatest, man. Mm-hmm. Great band, great humans.
Shout out to Dickie.
So you're working out, you're not drinking caffeine,
working
you're
out,
sober.
not drinking. Yeah, not drinking. I'm like regular sober too, not California. I was microdosing.
Full sober.
Yeah.
All right.
I was microdosing a while ago, but it didn't really do anything for me, so I stopped. Just didn't feel like I needed to do it anymore.
Do you run too or just do weights?
No, but I did just buy a bike recently so I can start biking because I hate my knees can get fucked up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So biking's really nice. But yeah, I've been like, as I was trying to tell you, dude, I was in such good shape 2 years ago, 2.5, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah, weren't we all?
Yeah, and then I met my girlfriend at the time.
Oh shit.
No, I mean not at the time. Not at the time. I met my girlfriend currently, who I love to death, and we love sugar. So
everybody, we're all addicted to it, dude.
Dude, I was with her. She has SIBO, so she can only eat a certain amount before she starts to get like my stomach hurts.
Okay.
So we were making pazookies during the week. You know what a pazookie is, right?
I have no idea what a pazookie is.
Okay, so a pazookie is like a full-on cookie, like a big-ass cookie. You could take a Toll House and you put it in a pan and you cook the cookie that way.
Okay.
But that's all the cookies from your Toll House that you would make into small cookies. You make it as one big cookie and then you put a ice cream scoop on it.
Oh my
God.
So we were eating like a pazookie a week, maybe sometimes two.
Jesus.
And then we both.
My stomach was hurting right now. Just listening to
I have a stomach of steel.
This wasn't during the pandemic. Recently.
This was recently. Yeah. And then we would like randomly eat Taco Bell every now and then. So I usually weigh 173 and I'm a good weight. I'm like 6 foot.
Yeah.
And that's where I like have a good amount of muscle. So I think about 2 months ago, I was like weighing myself and I'm like almost 190.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh shit, I have gained so much weight. And I went and did the InBody and my doctor was like, yo, like you're on the cusp of being like, you could take Ozempic. You're
wow.
And cause just for my age range. And so she's like, you got to get back in. Your BMI is horrible. Your muscle's horrible right now. Like,
damn.
So I was like, holy shit, I got to fucking do a big switch up. So I've just been like eating super clean. And that's where I stopped doing coffee too.
Yeah.
Because also I think coffee in the morning was making me not eat correctly.
Right.
Where I would, coffee.
You weren't hungry.
You weren't hungry. And then all of a sudden one or two rolls around. And then when you're really hungry, you're like, well, I'm just going to go get something bad because I'm that hungry. You don't make good decisions when you're super duper hungry.
Good point.
And so that's like a big thing right now where I'm trying to get in 4 times a week, get myself back down to like the correct shape.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's crazy they're saying Ozempic and not like change your diet and exercise.
Oh no, she was like, she meant it in the way, sorry. She meant it in the way of like, you could be like, for your insurance, you could go get Ozempic if you wanted to.
Yeah.
This Ozempic
I was like, fuck
is
no.
like the new thing of changing everyone's life.
Have you seen Busta Rhymes? See Busta Rhymes lately? He's crazy skinny right now.
Don't do it.
But it's a diabetic drug, though.
Yeah.
But they're promoting it as this weight loss thing. Like,
it's horrible though.
I've seen commercials for it. And I thought it was for diabetes too.
It is. Yeah.
Oh.
It makes you like not.
They're
hungry.
like, I mean, they were like, oh, you're people are like, I'm losing weight and I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
You see Oprah?
Yeah.
She's on it. She's talking about it. Everybody's talking about that they're on it. Like,
but it's
I
so
know.
bad because if you do it,
I heard.
then you can't stop doing it. It's not like a thing.
Oh, if you stop doing it, you're going to get your
gain
weight.
I'm
all
happy
the
with my weight
weight
right now.
Yeah, you gain all the weight back.
And
so
also, they had a bunch of other things they were saying in the commercial that
you
they
lose your
usually
hair.
have, like hair loss, heart attack,
Oh, yeah.
diarrhea.
And a lot of people
missing blood.
exactly. A lot of people lose their hair.
They do.
Yeah, from
Losing
Ozempic.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I know someone doing that right now. Actually, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know a few people actually.
So when she told me that, I was like, you like every now and then in your life you have those moments where you're like, oh fuck, okay, I really gotta I gotta be an adult. You know, I can't just be like running around and doing that. And as I've gotten older, it's harder and harder. Where, you just have
to.
I don't work out, so I'm like, I need to go get in shape. It's like I need to work out to make sure I can maintain my to live. There you go. That's what it is.
It's true.
You have to work out so you can just keep living and make sure that you can carry your kid and fucking
keep up with your kids.
Exactly.
The most important. That's so true.
It's definitely a lifestyle. It's a mindset. You get into a mindset of doing really horrible, a pattern of doing horrible things.
Yeah.
You can get into that pattern of doing healthy, good things for yourself.
Totally.
You're going to feel a hell of a lot better.
Way better.
It's just a matter of breaking that pattern. That's the hardest.
Yeah.
And especially as you get older.
I'm very black and white, so I cannot, if I'm not doing sugar, I'm not doing sugar.
Right.
I'm just like.
So did you quit sugar?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's really hard, man.
I mean, if I'm having sugar, it's in a protein shake.
Totally.
And if I'm hungry
Fruits.
at night, I'm drinking a protein shake. So I'm like, my hunger is satiated instead of me being like, oh man, what type of chips? I stopped eating chips.
Wow.
I really tried to stop snacking, and if I do, I'm eating a turkey stick or something like that.
Yeah. You ever do intermittent fasting?
No, I did it. I did it when I was on tour, and I like it, but I feel like I get too hangry and just kind of lose myself.
Yeah.
Especially your schedule is so all over the place. It's not like
And that's another thing.
you're traveling as well. It's hard, man.
I think it works with certain people and other people's body types.
Yeah, for me it's been great because I've been home, but I'm about to go on tour next week, so
you're going to be a lot hungrier.
My eating from 12 to 8 is going to change. I'm in England
for
next
sure.
week.
You're going to be spending so much energy on stage and traveling. It makes you hungrier. Your body needs to. It's just a matter of making sure that you're going to eat healthy things.
I'm bringing all my freaking greens. I'm bringing all my stuff with me on tour too.
Do it.
Yeah, you got to
do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. I mean, you spend a lot of time on social media.
Not too much. I don't think. We can check
your
hours. We can check my hours.
Yeah.
Well, you're always making cool stuff in there, so I mean, yeah.
But I mean, I love social media, and I love doing stuff on there. It's really interesting, especially with what it is now and how promotion is on there, and
it's crazy,
and
dude.
the difference from when I started, because when I started doing it, SoundCloud was the main thing, and on Twitter you couldn't even post a picture. It was still just I'm eating a sandwich.
That's right. There's no photos.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then even Instagram was just you just posted pictures and that's it. And then when video came around, it became so different.
It's
and
insane,
now
dude.
with TikTok, it's TikTok is the place where you can have a hit record now. It's not going to a record label and being like, hey, I want to, hopefully you can, it's for them too, is they're like, all right, well, the analytics show that we're not going to push your song because it's not doing well on TikTok.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's your resume. That's your whole horrible thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you on TikTok more than Instagram?
Maybe
is TikTok's crushing. That was really good promoting stuff, right?
Yeah,
okay.
No, it's such a good promotional tool for music and live show stuff and all that.
Are you checking your DMs and stuff?
I don't look at any of the DMs.
Ever?
No, and I also keep it to where it's only my friends can DM me.
That's cool. Awesome. Yeah, smart.
Yeah.
What about checking comments and shit? Reading comments or responding to people on that, or?
Sometimes I do. Not really though. I try to stay away from all that.
Yeah.
I just don't really like to go and do any controversial stuff anymore in terms of I used to do that.
You used to do stuff. Yeah,
I remember there was one kid, this was from so long ago, when I signed to Columbia, actually, some kid was like, oh man, you're a fucking sellout. And I was like, bro, dude, when the fuck did I ever say I never wanted to get a record deal and make my music big? I never said that anywhere. You can go look at any fucking interview. The definition of sellout is doing something that you don't want to do.
100%.
And so I used to do a lot of that shit where I would call people out, and it was fun, but I just don't even want to give like so many people love trolling now and doing it where it's like, yo, fuck you. And then you answer back and they're like, I'm just kidding, man. I was just joking with you. I love you. I've been to every fucking show you've ever been to.
100%.
They want that attention.
It's like
exactly.
troll culture.
Yeah, troll culture to get you to respond so that then they're finally like, oh man,
I
finally.
got his attention.
Because that's all they want. They want people's attention.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's such a crazy world with the, online and the realities, all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Never respond.
Never.
You don't right now.
Never.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta not.
Yeah.
No, it'll make you crazy if you do, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And also just reading all that stuff, you just don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like you don't go on a Reddit
not.
and read about yourself. It's the worst.
Oh my God, no.
I never done Reddit in my life. I guess it's like a
Good,
big,
don't.
I guess it's like a big message board. I heard.
I stay away from that. I don't go near it.
Oh
It's just corny. It's just people just have nothing else to do but
corny,
talk shit
dude.
all day. I guess, right? Like it's
absolutely.
That's like their job is just shit talking all day to strangers.
Shit
it's wild,
talkers,
man.
professional shit talkers,
professional haters.
Yeah, professional haters.
But I mean, I guess it's good if you got a hater on there. You're doing well,
100%, dude.
You need them.
Are you an optimist or pessimist?
Both.
Okay.
Well, what are you?
I'm an optimist.
Yeah, you seem like one.
So you're in the middle.
I'm both. Yeah, I'm like, damn, take me out. We're fucked. But I'm also like, are we? I don't know.
Depends how you feel that day.
Yeah. I'm telling you, string me up with Neuralink and turn me into a robot.
You're a realist. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Everything's fucked right now.
It is. It's a crazy world, man.
It's a crazy world right now.
Is it?
It is.
You know, it's a crazy world right now.
I mean, when has it not been crazy?
That's good.
That's another. But
you know what
I
else?
think that's what makes me an optimist because it's like, oh no, like it's always been this fucked up.
You know what else? So the social media makes it look 10 times worse.
Yes.
It magnifies everything, dude.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, man?
True.
Especially with the pandemic and all that shit.
I guess
man.
if you have it, if there's certain people that don't even engage.
Totally.
They're fine.
Yeah.
It's like they have a completely different outlook on life.
That's so true.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna break my phone today.
No, man. It's a necessary evil because you need it to promote the shit you're doing. It's like
I know it's one of the hardest things ever because I know how like brain rotting it is.
Totally.
But I know that I have to be on there like doing stuff because that's the only way now.
Only way.
Like I don't really even think that many people do a lot of like how much does, wheat pasting really do anything anymore?
I see people doing it still, man, but
what pasting?
I mean, I love
pasting
wheat
the
pasting.
big posters around the city for the show.
I love wheat
okay.
pasting.
I, know,
I think it's
so sick.
awesome.
I know it's classic, but
I mean, I used to do graffiti when I was younger too.
oh,
So
what was your name?
So I went by a couple, and
here we go.
one of them was Java.
Okay.
My friend, there was a kid that used to go by Karma that lives down the street from me, and we used to go.
That's hard.
And that one was so good. So I kind of like was like, all right, I like the way the A's look, so I'll do something that's like
a coffee.
Java,
like
stem,
a cold brew.
Stems. But then so I used to go.
I used to.
Do you ever remember what is it? 50 millimeter Los Angeles. So 50 millimeter Los Angeles, I think it's still around. Is like a big place where a lot of graffiti artists will get their work posted.
Okay.
And I would always go on there and see if any of the names were taken, and if they like Stems was taken. So I was like, all right, I can't write this anymore because I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me by, some group.
Yeah.
It's a scary place when you're like tagging at night, and then all of a sudden some person's like, yo, I fucking write that name, and they're with a group of people that are like, all right, I'm gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, you can't do that. It can't be two stems.
But yeah, I used to because I would take the bus home every day, and I would always have a scribe, and I would tag on the bus, and then I would go out randomly. But I think graffiti culture is like the fucking coolest art out there.
No, it's incredible to live in New York and see all that stuff and the trains and the bridges and all that, and then. LA's so different, like
totally.
They're tagging so different. I love the both. It's
yeah. Dude, that building down in downtown that got tagged up.
I just saw it recently.
Fucking coolest thing ever.
I saw it in real life recently. I drove by.
Oh, you did?
Holy shit. Yeah, dude.
It
cool.
looks. I mean, from video, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
They should just keep it that way and let people live there.
It's still like that right now, but I thought online it was just something that wasn't real. Then I drove by. I was like, holy shit, that's the building.
No, it's very real, man.
Yeah.
What neighborhood you grew up in around here?
I grew up in like outside of Westwood area, so like Culver City-ish. There was a Blockbuster. That is a good landmark. I don't know. It was on National and Overland.
Culver City's way different now, probably than it was back then.
So different, yeah.
Especially Overland too, yeah.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it was National and Overland, and then we kind of moved around a lot. There's this pink apartment unit that's on Wilshire and Beverly Glen.
Okay.
That I grew up in.
It's still pink.
Still pink, I think.
Sick.
Yeah, it's like the Pepto-Bismol building. Dude, it's pink and green.
Like this one. Pink and green.
But like a dark green. It looks shitty.
Wow.
I think it's still pink and green at least. But But yeah, I grew up over there, and then I went to school in the Valley. So like I kind of like know everything in LA. Like I used to hang out in Burbank and Van Nuys and
taking the bus out there.
North.
And stuff?
Yeah.
Damn.
So because I went to school out there at Laurel Hall, and then during the weekends, all my friends lived in the Valley. And so I was like, hey, Mom, can you take me? And she's like, fuck no. I take you an hour every week. I'm not going to drive you out on the weekend. I'm doing my own shit. So she's like, figure out how you can get there. So I went and looked at the bus routes. And in Westwood, so at that time, we were living where that pink apartment is. And you could take the bus down Wilshire to Westwood Boulevard. And then you could take the Rapid over the hill on the 405. Rapid? Yeah, there's a Rapid.
Damn,
I think
dude.
it's a 725 or something like that.
That's a little mission.
You take the Rapid over the hill, you get off on Ventura, take Ventura to Van Nuys, and then my mom's friend would pick me up from there.
Wow.
And this is before phones too.
Oh.
That's like, call from the home phone.
I would they would give me like some change so I could use a payphone.
Oh my God.
But it was so fun.
Yeah.
I loved it. And like I think at that time there was just nothing weird happening. I mean, maybe there was, but
who knows?
I'm also a dude, so I don't have to worry about as much stuff as a woman would.
But
I
think about that, like going to shows, just anything. Like, I'll see you next week at the show, and don't talk to nobody the whole week because you have no phone.
Wait, you just reminded me of the fucking funniest thing that I've ever done.
Tell me.
I went to an Immortal Technique show in Compton one time.
Wow.
And I was the only white dude there.
Wow, Immortal Technique's sick.
Yeah, and I was obsessed with Immortal Technique, and this other band, Psycho Realm, played before him.
I know Psycho Realm,
dude.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, and Psycho
Realm's sick.
At that point, I was like a little scared that I was like gonna, just do the wrong, because a lot of those dudes that are into that music, like they're kind of methed out. So like if people on meth, like you say one wrong thing and you could just get punched in the face.
It's over, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the Psycho Realm's crowd was like really West Coast.
Dude, yeah. It was insane. Psycho Realm's crowd was crazier than Immortal Technique's crowd.
Yeah.
So
like Cypress Hills boys.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, legit cats, man. I forgot. I went to still around him with gas masks and shit on the logo.
Yes. Dude.
Like scary. I couldn't even heard of them before. You heard of Immortal Technique?
But I'm surprised my parents let me go to that.
Yeah, you told me you were going there? They trusted you, man. That's one thing. They definitely trusted.
Yeah.
And they weren't worried about you as much because I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Did you go? You didn't go by yourself, did you?
I went with my friend Julian, who definitely looked the part. He was like more. He was Italian, but he looked more Mexican.
Yeah.
And then it was just him and I, and we just loved. Like at that time, we were smoking so much weed, and we were just getting like super heady, listening to fucking Immortal Technique. Like, damn, dude, the fucking government.
Fuck
them, dude.
Super smart political. He's really smart cat, man.
Smart. Yeah.
Independent cat too, right? Never was like and big in the underground.
Yeah.
You ever heard of him?
No.
He's I think you really like him, man. He's super smart.
Dude, also the records that he sampled, all the records are fucking awesome. They just sound awesome.
He's got a pretty big following too, right?
Yeah.
Like super independent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Do you have any major regrets in your life?
Major regrets, man. That's a good question. I don't think so. Yeah, I really don't have, like, if I were to go back and do anything differently, I don't think I really would, because I wouldn't, like, the DUI that I got was the reason that I got into my music career, was because it was like, it lit the fire under my ass.
That's a good point.
So at the time, of course, it was the worst thing that ever happened to me in my life, but now when I look back, I'm like, holy shit, that, made me be like, I'm going to go sit in my room and make music for this amount of time because I need to go and make money.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was really like, I think there's a lot of stuff that's happened to me where I'm like, this really sucks, but it's like, no, this has changed me to be a better person.
Yeah. Have your parents come out and seen you DJ before?
Yeah. My mom my mom comes out more often than my dad does because he loves to go to bed at like a certain time. He wakes up and like meditates every morning.
That's
Good
sick.
But he comes to certain shows and it's always so fun to see them both there. And
is your dad still practicing?
Yeah.
How old is he now?
He is 66.
Oh, that's young.
He's young.
That's pretty young. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
So he's busy with that, and your mom's coming to the shows?
Yeah.
How about your brother? He come out?
My brother lives up in Seattle, so it's hard for him to get
okay.
down. But he's been to a couple shows in Seattle, and yeah, it's awesome to have them all together. And
do your parents trip out that like that became your career? You think or no?
I think a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's great is that they never were like they were never naysayers about it. Like they were always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I think they were definitely scared that that nothing was gonna work, and who knows what's gonna happen with this kid. But yeah, I think they're just really proud of like, the hustler that I became after that all that stuff happened to me.
I was thinking like, who's the oldest DJ out there that's still doing. Like you could be old as fuck and be a DJ.
I think.
Right?
Yeah.
Could it be Moby?
Moby might be actually. Let me check.
He don't look.
It's either Moby or David Guetta.
Because Moby's like 55 or something, right?
Yeah.
I ain't old though.
Yeah, I'm saying, but this kid's 36, man.
No, you can. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just thinking this is like a
and this
DJ
guy's almost
like
OG.
70s.
He's almost OG at 36.
Moby's 58.
Okay.
Let's see.
David Guetta is.
That's a great question, though. You never
56. David Guetta's 56.
Okay, there
so
you go.
Moby's the OG.
Tiesto's 55.
Moby's the old school. Wow,
yeah.
dude.
How old is Moby?
58.
Moby's 58.
58.
He's old one in the game, bro.
But
Yeah.
he's not DJing now.
Pete Tong
So
is
much.
still going though. Pete Tong might be the oldest.
I don't think Moby DJs anymore, does he?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He could if he wanted to, though.
Pete Tong,
I'm gonna
63.
text him.
Still going.
Oh,
Let's
shoot. Okay.
How old
so
is
Moby's-
He's a fucking legend.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
63.
Hell
so
yeah.
he's fucking and he's still crushing it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be sick to like have one thing like all those people are together DJing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I have another question. One more thing. So if you're like sampling people's music when you're doing it live, and it goes online on a YouTube or something like that, does that artist have to get something from that?
Yeah. The YouTube will like automatically do the payout for that,
Okay.
I believe, or it'll just completely get blocked.
Okay, like the T-Pain song, if that gets online or something, use that in the song, and then
Yeah, usually it'll be like you can't monetize. So if you're not trying to monetize your video, then like if
Yeah.
I put a DJ mix out, usually it'll be like I'm not monetizing, and then they'll send out whatever payment it is for that song to be in there.
Yeah.
I think.
This is a crazy story. I don't think I told in this podcast. We did it live at CBGB's. We went live at CBGB's
Oh,
record.
sick.
Mhm.
And it was really hot in there.
Right.
And so I said, it's getting hot in here.
Oh shit.
I said, it's getting hot in here. And the crowd sang it back to me.
Uh-huh.
And Nelly came after us because we were on MCA.
No.
He was on MCA for like barely half a penny. He didn't come after us. The label came after us.
Yeah.
And we had to, for that whole thing, we had to give him a cut. Because I said it's getting hot in her. I didn't say hot in here. I said exactly like he said it, and then fucking the crowd sang it back to me.
That's crazy.
True story.
But
That's ridiculous.
isn't there like a time length that
Yeah,
there has to be a time length
What do you mean?
definitely.
where like it has to be played for a certain amount of time for it to get to get where you would
Right.
have like I think like 2 seconds or something like that or 3
So
seconds.
maybe I said it's getting hot in here, and then they
It's
said,
like
so
much
take off
longer.
all your clothes.
Yeah, it's more than 2
But
seconds.
Isn't that
That's more than
crazy
2
though?
seconds.
Just for that,
That's
some punk band at
messed up.
CBGB's.
That's crazy.
But I'm just
Come
saying,
on,
like you
man.
can't get now online so strict with anything
Oh,
you put
yeah.
on there, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, so people can download all your sets too. Is there a place to get all your sets?
Yeah, YouTube is like the main place.
Are people filming them while you're doing it, recording stuff?
Yeah.
While okay. So
Yeah.
that's no problem. You can do
No.
that. Yeah.
You can post it on. I think like on TikTok, you're fine with posting stuff as well because you don't monetize on TikTok.
You ever
like that.
stage dive during your set?
I used to. Now I'm too scared of like hurting somebody.
Oh, yourself. Yeah.
or myself.
Yeah.
DJs probably do that though, right? Yeah.
I used to. Yeah, there was one time I was playing. I played like a Misfit song, "Go Where Eagles Dare,"
Yeah.
and I
Great song.
jumped out into the crowd, like so hard too, like
Damn.
fucking spear bomb.
Do you ever go to emo nights and do stuff there? Or no?
Oh yeah, I mean I did one as Preston a long time ago where I played
that's
emo
what it was,
night.
That's what it
Yeah,
was, yeah. That's a huge thing out here.
so fun.
And they have different people from that world come out and DJ and stuff, and they play their songs, and people go crazy. Like
Oh,
It's
cool.
so fun.
it's
Huh.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Anything else you have this guy?
Yeah, what else you got?
Let me check my notes over here.
I was like,
Also, you're a big Liquid Death lover, so I appreciate that.
I love Liquid Death.
I know.
Oh
You're,
my
you're,
God.
you're a big supporter from Jump, too.
Yeah.
Man. That's so bad because we sent this guy a refrigerator, ended up not working, and those refrigerators are super limited, so I'm going to try to get this guy another refrigerator.
It's okay.
Very nice of you, Mr. Morse.
I want to try, man.
Very
I felt
nice.
so bad about that, dude.
No,
Did-
you don't need to get me one.
But did they work at all
just,
for a little
just
bit?
a couple more 12 packs. And
Okay, I
I'm
got
good.
you. did the refrigerator work at all for a little bit? or
No.
not?
Really? It never works.
No,
Yo,
it broke in shipping.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a bummer.
Bastards,
I think it was like one of
dude.
the coolant things was like
not it.
broken off.
And it's like, great, I got to pay. Like
To get it fixed?
It's like a gift
Yeah.
or you're like, got to pay for it.
Sounds like a gift I got in I had to fix it.
Yeah.
I got
They
electric.
want
I'm not going to say the name. I got electric bike sent to me in the mail.
Yeah, anybody out
It's
there,
broken?
please,
And it came in pieces. I had to go pay for it to get fixed, and it
Oh
still
my
never worked.
God.
I'm not gonna
anyone
say the
listening
name.
out there that's working in the electronic bike world, we need to hook Toby up with the bike.
Yeah.
All right? He needs to be able to get to Runyon Canyon. in a timely
Sold
fashion.
my car 2 years ago. I walk everywhere.
We're walkers,
Really?
man. We
Walk,
don't have cars.
That's awesome.
He hasn't driven since
I haven't
the
driven
80s.
in the 80s when gas was 99 cents a
Because
gallon.
he lived in New York, then went to Brazil. He never driven. He's on a car.
Oh my God.
99 cents a gallon. That's how much I was complaining then. Like,
wow.
Are you serious? 99
I'm
cents?
serious.
It's
So-
$6, $7 over by my Chevron. So I drive electric though.
Oh,
It's
it's
crazy.
yeah.
I was complaining about filling up the tank. I was like, it's like $30.
Bro, it's like $80
I mean, at any
now.
time. When I used to have I used to have this shitty. My dad paid $5,000 for this BMW. What is it? 420? No, I forgot what fucking number it was. But it went into like transmission mode. It was so bad. But when I had to fill that thing up, I mean, I think at any time during your life when you have to fill up your fucking car, you're always pissed off.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
pissed.
things have changed.
So I don't miss that. I walked to Runyon Canyon from here the other day.
Oh my
Walked all the way
God.
there,
Almost
hiked,
died.
came
It's
home.
like 5-10 miles, like back and forth.
I
Yeah.
did it the other day, yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. I like doing it, though. It just keeps me in shape.
It's
and
great,
just-
but you need a bike, man.
we act like we live in New York or something, me and you.
I know. We
Yeah, you do, which is like,
we're like,
LA is not New York.
No, I really
It is not fun to walk here.
No,
New York,
not.
it's fun to walk.
You see
Yeah.
things, it goes by fast.
Well,
yeah,
I
miss
definitely
that.
realized I was, not. I was probably the sanest person walking on the street when I was walking.
Yeah.
I was just like, what's going on?
Dude.
I walked by homeless encampments. I walked by all that stuff, man. Tweakers. Some guy was shooting up right in Fairfax by the Grove.
Oh, yeah.
the other
Holy
day
shit.
At the bus stop,
Oh,
dude.
yeah. No,
Like,
you
it
see
was
it all,
rough,
man.
It makes me sad.
It does.
It's, yeah.
But I'm in there with the people in the community and walking through my neighborhood. I don't know. I like
At
kind
the
of.
same time, I mean, I always love walking. I'll never take it for granted. But you do need an e-bike.
But electric bike could be cool. Electric bike could be cool. I'm not.
I think we
That
can.
would be sick.
I think we can make it happen. Somebody
Yeah.
out there, please.
Are you begging for me?
Yeah, I am begging.
Please get this man a bike.
Please get this.
And what do you got? What do you got coming up next? What's your rest of your summer like?
Rest of my summer, I'm going over to Europe in like at the end of the year,
Ooh.
and then just
Sick.
working on a ton of music right now. Trying to figure out what I want to do still, but mainly focusing on that also that like pop punk emo project.
Did you ever think about retiring from DJ and do something else?
I have, but I don't want the haters to win.
Mm.
I want to keep going.
Yeah.
I want to keep going until like I really know that I can't do it anymore.
I don't feel like you have a lot of haters. I think people love you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't
Yeah.
think I do either. No, but I want
Why are they
to.
hating on you?
No, they're not. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I just want to. But like, there's times where I've been like, all right, cool. I mean, I've been in this for so long. It is like,
And you're still young too. 36 is pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty
young.
goddamn young.
yeah. But I also think it's like it's always iterating is sometimes gets tougher as you get older and older because you've just been doing it so long, and like there's certain things that a younger kid will do that you may have already done
Yes.
that you won't do, but they'll do it because they haven't done it before. Even a progression,
Totally.
like
You feel like you have to keep up with all the young DJs and what's happening?
yeah.
Okay. It's
But
like
there's-
that in music and tattooing, probably everything.
But yeah, there's certain stuff that'll come out where you're like, oh, like this is old. This just sounds like this old progressive song, and that's where like I think the hindering part is like I know too much now.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you've seen it before.
Yeah. Like imagine a person that's, let's just say like Blink-182. Some kid has never listened to Blink-182 before, and they're making Blink. They're making a riff that sounds like Blink.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna think twice about it. If I make a riff that sounds like Blink, I'm gonna be like, well, I can't use this. It sounds like Blink.
Totally.
So I think
True.
that's a part where you're like you're trying to always do something new and
Be creative
and creative.
and reinvent yourself, kind of.
Exactly.
In a way. Yeah.
So it's just that's always something where I'm like, man, sometimes it gets exhausting where you're like, oh, well, maybe I should just go into something else.
Like trying to keep up, and in reality, people would love you for what you play anyway.
Yeah,
People come see you because they know what they get from you, and it's you. You know what I mean? So it's like you have your core fans too.
yeah. But that's why I keep going.
Yeah, but you also make new fans too.
I do that mentality. Where
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm just gonna keep going and just keep doing it.
But you also want to make new fans too and play with other people and get exposure in different ways. And I'm sure TikTok helps that and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you being funny and creative on there and like, I don't know,
Yeah.
using that tool in a really good way, No, it's true because people don't. They
appreciate
don't
it.
take advantage of it and use it. He makes really cool, funny shit on there,
On the TikToks.
Just there
On
on
the
his Instagram
TikToks,
too,
yes.
though. On his Instagram too. Like, what was the Carhartt thing you did? You do something with Carhartt?
No. Well,
What was that shirt you made for Carhartt? It's
Well,
so good. I want to
so
get one.
I made a suit for Stagecoach that we got made for ourselves, but we put Carhartt patches on it, so it looked like it was a Carhartt.
no, there's
suit.
another T-shirt you're wearing.
Oh yeah, there's another T-shirt that was like what is it?
About workers.
People
or-
want to wait, what is it? People want to wear Carhartt until they, but don't want to do Carhartt shit. What the fuck did
People
I
get
write?
Carhartt until they have to really work or something.
Hold on, let me
It's
find
really-
this.
is that
No,
your- is that
I
your
did
shirt,
not
though?
quote. Yeah. I did not quote this correctly.
It's really cool though.
Hold on, it's
You
right
still
here.
make those?
I mean, we make them for a second, and then like we don't want to get a decent cease and desist.
Oh yeah, I want to get one of those. It's really cool. I
Oh
saw
yeah,
it.
everyone want to wear Carhartt until it's time to do Carhartt shit.
It's true though,
It's facts.
bro.
Let me have
Carhartt.
this one. I wear Carhartt because I'm working on myself.
We rocked Carhartt in the '90s when it came
Hell
out
yeah.
at Dave's Army Navy store on 6th Avenue. Before everybody started rocking the Onyx, all the hip hop, Cypress, everybody in New York, all the videos, everybody rocking that shit back then. We all rocked it. It was so cheap.
Damn,
Super
I know
cheap.
now it's
so cheap.
But when that's
Carhartt
what you
whip.
told me, like
Yeah,
his,
Carhartt whip
his
is-
son Max was just like, yeah, I'm getting this is like $60. Like it's a Carhartt.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
on the Brea, that's the Carhartt store he goes to. It's
And I
like
was
so
like,
much
what's
money.
the difference?
You know what
I
I
was
did?
like, explain it to
the
me. 'cause
fit.
Yo, I
Is
saw
it?
yo,
It could
I
be
saw a
the fit.
beanie there for $85, right? I took Max to Hollywood Boulevard to the surplus store.
Yes.
It was $18. The same
That's what I'm saying.
beanie, bro.
$18, and you could probably buy a Carhartt patch for like $1 and sew it on
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's absurd.
but it's like it came back, and now it's like it's
I
huge.
went to a
bro.
documentary
Huge.
on how certain brands do this.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it like
Somebody bought it, redid it, made a streetwear brand or something.
for sure. I mean, this has happened to so many brands
Right.
where like even Hoka's. Who thought what Hoka's were going to be the biggest shoes ever now?
Dude,
Those were like my grandma was wearing those is wearing those shoes. She's still alive.
I see a lot of
Sorry.
grandmas wearing Hoka's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the airport,
And now
I check out people's
now
shoes.
everybody's wearing Hoka's.
I know.
Even
Yeah.
Asics and New Balance. Those things came back hard.
Yeah, but Hoka's are pretty comfortable too.
They're so
You
comfortable.
ever try ons?
Yeah, those are great too.
They're the best.
Yeah.
What about your tat game? You get some more tattoos?
Yeah, actually I need to go do my leg. You want to go?
I got somebody for you. That's my son.
Oh, what the
Max.
I know him. I know
That's
this
right.
guy.
Slim
Eminem,
Shady.
dude.
Yeah.
Slim
Give it Slim
Shady.
Shady in
All
the
right, man.
house.
Good to see you.
I know, chill, fool.
We gotta go, dude.
No, we ain't going shit.
Max is pissed.
Yo, would you ever get hand tats or neck tats?
Later on in life, yeah.
Yeah.
I think right now I just don't. I mean, I want to, but I already know what I want,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna do it yet.
You're not gonna lose your job over it.
No, I wouldn't. But I also just like, I also don't want to do my hands because I know how much it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Like back as well, I know it's gonna fucking suck.
You have some silly tattoos?
I mean, I got a pretzel on my leg that says "Don't get it twisted." I got
that's
PMA FML. Which
Oh,
is
nice.
I saw that.
positive mental attitude.
Yeah.
Fuck the world.
Yo, that's a rap head on his fingers.
Yeah.
My boy had on his fingers, both.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the second person in the world I know that has that.
That's amazing.
That's
Saw it on your
dope.
leg.
I got
Oh, shit.
I've got a dolphin that says Dolphin Francis. I got a bird that says Larry above it for Larry Bird.
Oh, shit.
I got a rose that says Your Mom.
Dude, I knew you have the
Oh,
funniest
man,
tats,
those
dude.
are great.
Yo, the Larry Bird shit's incredible,
that's
dude.
incredible.
Wow.
And then what else I got? I got
Who do you get tattoos from
Don't
usually?
get it twisted.
so this arm's like I'm Barcelona, and there's this
Oh,
girl
that's sick.
in New York, Miami, New York. This guy from LA,
That's cool.
from LA as well. I got a Jumpman tattoo right there.
Hard.
Keith
Nice.
Haring, Jumpman.
Oh, that's
Right.
sick.
And then I've got a Fuzi tattoo on my ribs, which is like a alligator spinning a basketball skateboarding. And then
Sick.
I've got
Rib
I've got
tattoo,
Mama's
that's
Boy right here.
painful.
That one
Nice.
sucked.
Oh, the ribs suck.
Yeah, but dude, legs suck the most. I have
Where-
never
yeah, where are your
I've
legs?
never enjoyed getting a leg tattoo.
And
Ever.
You know what's bad? The ditch behind your knees.
Oh, I know. I'm scared of doing that, but I want to
I feel like you're probably gonna keep going. I can see.
for sure.
Yeah.
I actually, it's funny you asked that because I asked my girlfriend. I was like, "Yo, would you care if like my whole stomach was done?" And she's like, "No, not at all."
Stomachs hurt, man.
I know. I know. That's why I've only gotten one tattoo there.
Have you ever thought about getting completely knocked out and just having your shit done?
That's the new trend now.
That's a trend. It'll be like 4 dudes working on. You're like, you're done.
I
You're
saw
good.
Tiger get that.
How much does your body hurt the next day?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
Also, I think it's cheating because you want to do the whole process of hearing the machine talking to the artist.
I'm
Yeah.
not judging people.
Me
I'm
either,
not
I'm
saying
just
that
saying- yeah.
I would get it done. I'm just asking the question.
I get it, but I also feel like you're gonna be so like, just doing 4 hours or something like that on a certain piece. Like I remember doing this one. The shading on the black was so fucking bad.
Brutal.
And the next day I was like, yo, this is it was puffed. Like my
Swollen.
full elbow
Right.
was
Yeah,
just
for sure.
fucked.
Right there.
So I can only imagine my whole upper body is gonna feel so awful.
By the
Yeah.
ribs
Because
too.
because they're gonna go what, like 8 hours, maybe 12?
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Like, imagine
these
how-
guys. I know.
Yeah.
They're getting the whole backs. I see dudes now.
They get a whole back.
You see the video where like it's 4 dudes doing the back?
Yeah.
And then other guys are getting teeth done. So this dentist is doing gold teeth and the whole back's getting done. I swear to God, bro. Yeah. It's going down.
Like
they put you out. It's like almost 100 G's to get put under, I heard, dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And then you wake up and your whole shit's all done.
All done.
No, I'll take a Xanax and try to deal with it or something like that.
I feel like it takes away from the process of getting the tattoo. Me personally, like hearing the machine.
The numbing cream, the numbing spray is not too bad.
It's not bad.
Like it doesn't really help a lot, but it helps enough where you're like, all right, this feels fine.
I think mentally, the numbing stuff helps more than it really does.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting numb. Then you feel it kind of hurts.
For sure.
Right. Then after it kind of hurts. It's a weird kind of pain doing that, but
yeah,
the laser's worse. I got the.
I got some shit laser right now.
Yeah,
laser down.
I got lasered before. I feel like it was way better.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got it lasered like 5 times, but then I just got a blast over.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah,
it didn't go away enough.
When did you get lasered? Years ago.
Years ago.
Okay.
This was like, is Dr. Tadoff even?
It's gone.
It's gone, right?
Crazy lawsuit.
Dude, I still had like 5 sessions left. I don't even know where to do my money. Gone.
This happened to a bunch of my friends. This is a story of this company that took everybody's money. You pay for all your sessions in advance.
Yep.
So you need 10 sessions, and he got everybody's money. Then went under.
Fucking A, dude.
Yep.
That's
because
wrong.
also you can only go in every 3 months because you have to wait for the.
Yeah.
Totally.
What a scam!
I got scammed hard.
Well, Removery that sponsors this podcast is the best Pico high-tech laser treatments of anything for tattooing. If you want anything, I got you.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, no scarring, none of that shit.
There is this one tattoo. I'll show you after the podcast, but there's this one tattoo on my leg that I just don't like.
It's too suspect to send the podcast.
No. I mean, I'll say it. It looks like an Asian version of Peter Griffin on my leg.
Ooh, okay. I think you might need to keep that.
I want to check that out, though.
I want to see it.
It's so bad. Every time I see it in the mirror, I'm like, fuck, that one sucks.
Who did that one? You want to say, yeah?
I don't.
Okay.
I actually don't remember.
Okay.
Right.
He does really good other. Yeah. You know what I don't want to say.
Is Peter Griffin is whack.
It's my fault.
Oh my god.
It's my fault because I saw it and I still was like, yeah, that's cool, but it just he drew it too fat.
Max likes. Is it Family Guy? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my son's favorite show.
It is.
You love Family Guy?
What's the other one?
You like Family Guy?
I'd say my top 5 favorite TV shows ever. Breaking Bad.
Okay.
The Sopranos.
Okay.
A little slow, but it's fucking masterpiece.
Yeah, slow burn.
I'd say Family Guy.
Okay.
Bob's Burgers just growing up.
So good.
And The Big Bang Theory. Shout out Nana for putting me onto that when I was like 10.
Wow, really? I never would have.
The Big Bang.
Are you a big Family Guy fan? Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I like Family Guy.
I've watched probably every episode.
Yeah. He crushed it.
My final thing I have to say to you is that you have a great hairline.
Thank you.
I always give props to hairlines on this podcast.
Yeah,
I've been taking finasteride for a while as a preventative.
My homie literally started taking that.
Yeah.
Shout out my buddy. And he was like, dude, my hairline's going. I'm only 19. It's like, I'm worried about it. He's a little.
Yeah.
He's anal about that
it's working?
Shit. Dude, it's fixed.
Yeah. Well, also.
I'll take some. Chill, stop. I'll take some. Be quiet, son.
But he will not.
But yeah, my dad did a blood test on me, and my dihydrotestosterone was really high, so I had to take finasteride to also get that down.
Get your testosterone down?
Yeah, dihydrotestosterone is like a precursor to male pattern baldness. So when you get it down,
I need to talk to your dad, dude.
Yeah. Dihydrotestosterone is not testosterone, though.
Oh, okay.
So it's like this other. So your testosterone gets turned into dihydrotestosterone, and then I guess you're.
I should have asked you this earlier. This is sick.
And then.
So if one goes too high, then that one will cause your male pattern baldness, which is right here.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a widow's peak my whole life. The listener's going to know that. I've always had this hairline.
Yeah.
It's gone further back since I'm 54.
Right.
And people are going to get the surgeries. They're going to Turkey to get this freaking.
Yeah, we talked a lot
about
about
this. Big trend now.
Finasteride. My dad was like, "Yo, take this," because he's like, "You're not losing it yet, but you're just to make sure that you don't have that, just because we know that this is a precursor to male pattern baldness." So I was like, "Hell yeah, I'll fucking take it."
How long have you been taking it for now?
So I've been taking it for now probably like 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty thick.
You feel like it's working?
Yeah. Oh no, it's
looks
great.
Pretty thick.
And
is it too late to start for me in my 50s?
No, you could take it. They also have like a drop that you can put in certain areas that I think may help.
I would love to see this experiment done on you.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Just curious.
But yeah,
spray it on and shit.
So I take pills, but I think you can drop it on. But the pill is really easy. You just take one. I do one every 3 days.
Oh.
Because if I take it too often, then it's worse for me. Like it takes my dehydrated testosterone down too low.
Best takeaway from this podcast right now. This is incredible, bro.
But yeah,
hydration.
So it's not bad.
Let's do the experiment on Toby and see what.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to your dad about it. To be honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, your hair is really good, dude.
Thank you, man.
Damn.
I mean, I take herbs every day too from him. Like, because I go to him and I do blood tests, and then he's like, "Hey, here's what you're deficient in, and here's what you're not, and
so
here's
cool
what you're going to
supplement."
that,
dude.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I don't know. I told you he's way cooler than me.
So you're on point. That you're totally healthy. You know everything going on in your body. You're good.
Well, I did tell you that I was eating Pazookies for 2 years.
True.
Yeah, Taco Bell and. Yeah.
So yeah, do
you ask your dad for a second opinion when you go to like a regular doctor like that?
Yes, always.
Yeah.
But also, it's tough for me to be healthy because of my dad being a doctor. Because it's always, your dad tells you stuff, you're like, yo, fuck you, dad.
I know.
I think a lot of people say that to doctors, though, in general.
That's true as well.
Like doctors would be like, people never listen.
But see, if my dad told me that, remember I was telling you about like doing the embodying the doctor being like, yo, your BMI sucks. If my dad told me that, I don't know how much I would have actually been like, yeah, I'll go fix it. When she told me, I was like, okay.
Yeah,
it's fucking crunch time now. I gotta
it's
get
not
back
coming
in.
to me. That's it. Yeah, it's different.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I think it lights the fire under your ass when it's not a family member.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that time I had Paul DeGelder on my podcast, and my son came in here. Then my son said, "I'm gonna be vegan because of Paul DeGelder, not because your dad has been vegan his whole freaking life, or because of this guy."
So Paul
exactly
survived the Shark Attack.
Exactly.
Shark Attack. That's fine.
No, they're stronger than Terminator.
Wait, that's so okay. That's so funny because I've gone to my dad with so many things where I'm like, yo, this thing is awesome. And he's like, yeah, I already told you about it. I told you about it a long time ago. You didn't listen to me.
Right.
And it's like, because I found out about it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, no, you're already on that. No, you're already taking that.
It's interesting how
Dad, vitamin D and K3. Yeah, you already take that. Fucking idiot.
Damn. I can say it to Max too. It's true.
Yeah.
That was a weird one that time, the vegan one.
That's so funny.
I know. I'm like, I was been here the whole time, me and your mom.
He's like, yeah, but you're my dad.
I know.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
Weird how that works.
He looks crazy as a vegan. You look
weird. He has no arm.
He
has no arm and no leg because he got bit off by a shark.
Shit, I thought he was just like really
No, and he's
buff.
a vegan bodybuilder.
Oh, no, he's buff
whoa,
too.
so there you go.
Yeah.
He's buff, yeah.
He's buff too.
There you go.
Dude.
Well, that's the reason.
And he
he's
hosts
buff.
Shark, and now he hosts Shark Week.
That's fucking
And
awesome.
he lost both his limbs to a shark. He's
Damn.
gangster
Dude,
as fuck.
I don't swim in the ocean anymore because of my fear of sharks.
Wow.
I respect that.
Like we went to a couple years ago. We went to Catalina for my friend's birthday, and I wouldn't get in the water.
I understand.
Catalina's got more sharks too. I don't know where they are.
Yeah, it scares me, dude.
That's their home.
My son surfs.
Yeah, exactly.
My son surfs every single day. That trips me out. He surfs at night in Malibu sometimes in the dark.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I would never do that.
Does he have a light on his head or something? Or
No, bro.
No, I don't understand that at all.
He got a brain in his head either going out there doing that shit. But he loves surfing. You ever surf?
I used to, but
Okay.
longboarding.
That's
I
cool.
tried shortboarding and I got stuck on a rock and broke my board.
Oh
It
shit!
was the first time I ever did it. Shortboarding is so
You in
much
sports,
harder.
man. You in sports.
I know.
I know.
Man.
I mean, I played tennis for a long time and I was good.
Okay.
So
Tennis
that
is
was
a good
my
one.
that was my one that I did like the teenage USTA circuit.
Wow.
Dude,
okay.
that's cool, man. Holy shit!
Probably good at pickleball.
We never
or
got
something,
like
yeah.
super high. It was the Beverly Hills Country Club, which also wasn't in Beverly Hills. It was in Culver City, but they called themselves that. I don't know
of
how
course,
legally they
yeah.
could do that. But I used to play on the team, and we would go and like play like the Riviera Club and
That's
a bunch
cool.
of other ones. It was
You play
so
pickleball
fun.
too?
I haven't played pickleball.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's
If
all
you
the-
want
it's all
to
the
run
rage.
it, let's do it.
It's all the rage.
It's
I
the
know, I've
rage
heard.
now.
You
Yeah.
try it?
No.
It was fun. I did. It was cool. Whatever.
No, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying no. I haven't tried
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to do it either.
that.
I probably won't go back to it. I did it once. It was,
Yeah,
it was like I feel like tennis. To
I'm gonna
me.
start going to hardcore shows again and
I love
start working out
that.
there.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you for being here, dude.
Dude, thanks for
This
having
is
me, Toby.
awesome,
You're the
man.
best.
I think
Yeah,
your
man,
assistant.
it's
I think
nice.
your dude's still outside waiting for us.
Probably.
Yeah, your
He's been sitting there the whole time.
security team.
You have
out
any more
Are you
front.
safe?
You have more questions for this young man?
Oh, I think that would do.
I covered a lot of good stuff in here, though. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude. Really appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.
Stoked to hang with you soon. I'm gonna get you. I'm definitely getting you a refrigerator as well.
Dude, don't.
And you have to come back
I don't
and-
know. I don't know where to even put it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Just get just a 12 pack.
And you have to come. You have to come
He's
back
got
and sauna plunge sometime
Dude, I'm so down.
because we don't live that far from each other. It's only a couple
Yeah.
miles. Yeah.
I'll come with Nate because
Oh,
Nate
yeah.
was like, dude,
Okay, yeah.
I want to go so badly.
Okay. We'll do
So-
a group text or something.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Thank you, Derek,
Thanks
for being
talking.
here.
You're welcome.
This is awesome.
You guys both rule.
Peace, guys.
That was amazing.
Bye. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico-Way laser technology. Cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting to me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.